What's good, everybody? I need you to, if you can hear me pretty good, just say, hey, man, it sounds good. If it sounds a little choppy or something like that, let me know it sounds choppy so we can end this live stream and get back on it. Because, every once in a while, thing sounds a little, people be like, oh, man, and my earbuds is kind of crackling a little bit. If it's like that, I'm not going to run a whole live stream with somebody's earbuds crackling. I don't do people like that. I rather just start it over again, then we get into it. But yeah, what up, Wes, my man? He's back. Taz Gaming. Hey, man, how's that EV golf working out, man? You over there enjoying that new car? You race a Tesla yet? What up, Flex, my man? What's good? Hey, Wes got that EV golf out there, man. I want to know how it's doing, man. We still got to sit down and make a video about it, man. Like, oh man, Briggs, and he's like, I'm up in here. Finally, I did it. Missed the last couple of live streams, but I made it. What up, Marvin? Nicole, you out working today or what? You out working, Nicole? That's North in the Valley. That's Miss Nicole right there. Oh, he said, loving it still. Hey, man, I told people, hey, you need to get with Nicole. Now, Nicole, Taz Gaming, that's my man, Wes. He lives here with us. He was renting a Tesla for a while, but he decided to go take it back. He dropped it off, and he went and picked up this EV Golf for $290 a month. Badass little car. Looks just like the regular Golf. So it don't look like off or nothing like that. When you see it, you think it's a regular Golf. You might want to talk to him about it. $290 a month. That dude got this car, $290 for an electric vehicle. So he ain't got to worry about gas, none of that. Still out doing delivery, still ripping and running. What a Bigfoot Dasher. Yeah. Hey, Wes, man, get in touch with Nicole. Like I said, let her know because like whoever helped you get that EV Golf, a lot of people need to consider looking into that because to go from $2,000 a month all the way down to $290 a month, I mean, that's $1,700 a month you saving, $1,700. And that's what he decided to do. He got rid of that Tesla. He said, I'm not renting this no more when he got an EV Golf. What up, James McBride? What's good? Like I said, it was a smart play. It was a real smart play. I like how he did that. He said, I've been building these online stores, though. Time to pivot. That's right, man. And I'm gonna get with you though. I was reading your text message this morning, man. I'm gonna get with you on how to set up like the Etsy stores and all that stuff. Cause you know me, man. See, I like my shit because I make shirts like every other day. I make shirts based on how I feel and what my energy is. Like today's shirt, you know what I'm saying? I tell motherfuckers, we here for the week, not for the week. If you can't stomach my podcast, you can't stomach my videos, you might want to. I tell motherfuckers like the aircraft, we got exits in the rear, exits next to you, and exits behind you. You can get off this plane whenever you feel like it, goddamn it. That's how I am. I'm like a flight attendant. What up, Will? Hey, and yeah, Will, man. Hey, I hope you get that truck taken care of, brother. I was reading your comments, man. That's a lot, man. You might have to do that yourself. You might have to find somebody in the neighborhood to do that because that's crazy money right there. Oh, last night with the baseball game, I did 2 rides down there, but I picked up somebody from a concert. It was like 1 mile, and it was at the Van Buren. I was sitting by the McDonald's by the Van Buren because I hate being in traffic. Somebody from the Van Buren needed a ride just to the west of the Van Buren. So it was like a quarter of a mile to him, like a half mile down the road. So like 1 mile. What up, Naga? And so that was my little $4 trip. But then I got another ride from a guy. Well, 2 rides. I took some girls north and they were at the game. So I took them north, real easy ride. Then I picked up another guy and took him all the way, like almost east a little bit. And I had to come back to the airport, grab somebody, and I took them all the way to Gilbert. So I really didn't get to enjoy that baseball game. I only picked up 2 people downtown. The rest was all over the place. And I was just sitting in park. Once I got to Gilbert, man, it was nobody down there. I was taking people to Chandler, and I was on Lux the whole time. It was crazy, man. What up, Driving the Wealth? My man, my man. And it was nuts out there, man. Yeah, I'm driving tonight, brother. Flex, I'm out tonight, man. I'm driving tonight. Like I said, I got up today, around about 1 or 2 o'clock. And, I ate breakfast, got the car clean. Last night, I took the Jeep top off last night. So it's sitting outside right now. No roof on it. It's ready to roll, man. I think I'm going to drive for a little bit tonight, see how it's going. And if it's not going good, I'm going to come home, drop off the car, and I'm just going to drive the Jeep, just enjoy my motherfucking night playing some music, man. It's like I ain't drove this Jeep without the top since last year. So I'm ready, man. That whole thing, like I said, I done cleaned it all up, got it ready to go, got the system set, man. It's time to get it. Oh, thank you, new coach. I'm glad you popped up. Now I'm smiling. You probably got the notification set because a lot of times when people don't have the notification set, it won't pop up showing that I'm even on a live stream. So what I started doing is now my little thumbnail for my live stream says live stream airing now. And that kind of lets people know that I'm on air. But what's going to happen is once I get off and this thing generates a video, I'm going to change the thumbnail pic so people don't think I'm still online. Like, nah. Yeah, but nah, man, last night was pretty good, man. I was out for probably about 5 hours, made a little over $200, but it was all my appointments in the morning was help me out because I did about probably almost $80 in appointments. So without those appointments, you know, Lux, I would have probably made about $130, $140. That would have been it, $130, $140. Those Uber appointments late night for the airport, those always bring me back, man. Always bring me back. I purposely turn them on. I'm trying to get them. Hey, Bigfoot says, just take the Jeep. You have earned a just, yeah, man. I need to just take the Jeep out. I got to work tonight, though, man. I like being out there making that money, man. I'm with everybody. I love it, man. Because it's just like going out there, cherry picking the good rides, finding the surge, getting the good tips, meeting good people. That shit becomes addictive after a while. I don't see how people, you know, and I understand why people get upset when they get deactivated. Because if you deactivated me for some shit that I didn't care about, I wouldn't even be mad. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Deactivate me. I don't care. But rideshare, man, you kind of be a bitter about it because this is some good ass money. You could download $200 a day, $150 a day. And I'm like, man, what up, Muhammad? So not to have the opportunity to be out there downloading $100 a day, $200 a day, man, that shit'll get on your nerves, man. That'll get on your nerves a little bit. So I love being out there, being like, okay, I got some bills coming down the pipe. I got to roll over here, you know, trying to make about $100 a night. If I can clear 150, cool. If I can clear 200, even better. I mean, I love nights like that, man. Like I said, I'm not a greedy driver. I know it's a lot of people out there trying to earn money. So I like to, you know, cherry pick the way I cherry pick. I like to drive the way I drive. And I'm not, oh, I need to take every ride. Let me get every ride. If the ride pop up, I'm taking it. No, because it might be for somebody else. Man, I was declining $60 rides going way up to Cave Creek. I don't live by Cave Creek. Why would I want to take a $60 ride to Cave Creek? Because then I got to go to Cave Creek and then I got to come all the way back to Civilization, which is probably past Bell Road. So I'm going to be driving all of these miles when I could just stay downtown and make the same amount of money for less miles. Same amount of money for way less miles. I could make $60, you know, driving 10, 15 miles. Why do I got to drive like almost, you know, 60, 70 miles of driving to make $60? That shit don't make sense to me. So it's like, man, oh, he's having a show in a preseason basketball. Okay, cool. Oh, Chris Tucker. Oh, that's my man right there. Funny story. Back in the day, back at the bank over in Bellagio. What up, Simon? In Bellagio, Chris Tucker actually had the booth next to us, man. It was a long time ago. This was like probably 2008, 2009. So we partying. Tiger Woods there across the way. He's got his booth over there. And Chris Tucker's like right next to us. Crazy in Vegas. And one time we was at the Hard Rock at a LMFAO concert. So we're at the LMFAO concert. We're over the stage in the VIP area. And next to us in their cabana was Paris Hilton and the Olsen twins. That shit's, man, that's how far back we go in Vegas, man. We used to party with people all the time. Be like, wait a minute. Who's in the cabana? This is Paris Hilton and the Olsen twins in the cabana next to us. This shit's crazy. And that's when LMFAO was big. They first came out. They was like, yeah, everybody was like, oh, shit. Who is these people? Oh, this is LMFAO. Who? They was pretty big back then, though. Muhammad said, Uber deactivated me back in 2016. They sent me warning saying my cologne was strong. Next, boom, I'm gone. Man, I can't believe that. The cologne was strong, so they deactivated. Man, in 2016, they probably did do some shit like that back then. Now they need drivers. They ain't deactivating nobody for that now. Because I wear cologne all the time. Hell, half these cars smell like gas. The people smell like ass. You need cologne, man. Forget that. He was like, if you can smell gas or ass, take a couple of squirts of cologne because you need to kill that shit. I'm not driving around like that, dude. What up, man? My brother, nice to see you on the live. God bless you. God bless you too, Simon, my man. Since I do deliveries out there in the daytime, it's too dark in Queen Creek. Yeah. Queen Creek is like Cave Creek is way up north. Cave Creek is far up north. Queen Creek is way down low. Now, they'll get me on Power Road and, you know, Ocotillo. I'll be down there by Queen Creek sometimes. Cave Creek, once in a blue moon. It's way out, man. It's way out. And once you get up there, there's no rides. You have one ride. You might drop somebody off in Carefree or whatever. When I first started, it was easy because there wasn't a lot of drivers out. So everybody was kind of, you know, finding ways to get around. I was making like $200 a night just in Cave Creek alone, doing that little bar area. $200. Everybody was tipping. Everything was good. Now that people are stealing tips and the rides ain't there and the surge ain't there, I don't mess around with it. I don't even go up there. Nope. They ain't suckering me to go. Because like I said, it's too far. Cave Creek is way too far. Queen Creek, you're still in civilization. You can still do something. Oh, Doughboy's in the spot. What's good? What's good? Yeah, but Nicole, you got to check out Wes and that EV golf. Like I said, $290 a month, less than $10 a day to own the car, less than $10 a day to own it. And then you turn around and you don't have to spend that much on electricity to even charge that thing up. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's paying $290 a month. That's it. Crazy. For an EV. I'm like, man, I might buy me an EV golf. Shit. No, wait, Muhammad says, I accept the ride today. When I check the name, it says Dad can XXX. That shit cancel. He said, forget that. Man, he said, I ain't taking no porn stars in my car. You smell like balls, man. I'm out of here. You didn't wash your balls this morning, man. Driving says, I'm buying me a Tesla in a couple of months. Man, I got this Model S, a 2017 Model S is sitting in my eBay watch list. They want $39,000 for it or something like that, either $31,000 or $39,000. So I'm like, I'm thinking about it, man. It's a 2017 though. So I'm like, I need to get something newer, like maybe like a 20, something like that, maybe a 21. But then I know the price is going to be up there, but I really like that Model S. You know, I'm not even an EV guy. I'm going to keep all my other cars. I don't give a shit. I'm keeping them. I ain't trading my shit because when I need to hear an engine, I got to hear an engine. So it's like, yeah, I'm not trading. I'll keep the EV. I'll do it for work, save a lot of money with it and stuff like that. But nah, I got to have that exhaust sound, man. I'm a car guy. I'm a garage guy. I build exhaust systems. I still got exhaust. I got Flowmaster parts on my shelf right now that I want to put on my Jeep to see how it sounds because I know it's going to be bad, man. Rideshare Lisa, she's in the building. What's good up in Syracuse? Lady. Yeah. Wait, the new ones are 32, I think, plus 7 G's off of credit. Well, those are probably the Model 3s. I'm looking at the Model S. Those Model S's are up there, man, like 70, 80,000 bucks. Like, woo. But like I said, if you're going to have an EV anyways, and they go like 1 million miles, you'll never get rid of it. So you might as well just buy one, put it in the garage, whatever you want to do with it. So when gas is too much, just like my big V8s outside. I don't drive my V8 because the gas is too much. But when I need to use it for something, I'll take it. But I'm like, hey, EVs are going to be here. So you might as well start ramping up, getting your money together, generate profits through rideshare, and start looking at getting you an EV, no matter what it is, an EV Golf, a Hyundai, something, a Mazda, a Tesla. You got to get ready to get an EV because that's the direction they're going in. So don't be trapped with a big ass V8 sitting in your driveway and all of a sudden they just turn off the gas one day. Bigfoot says, putting in that wifey time. Stay out there, G. Bye, everyone. All right, Bigfoot Dasher, enjoy lunch with the wife, man. Get her a couple of mimosas, kick back, go watch some Netflix. Man, you should go watch this. Go watch Better Than Us. Better Than Us is one of my favorite shows, man. I used to watch it on Netflix all the time. I've completed it, though. It's like a Ukrainian-Russian movie about androids. Love it, man. It's all about the future. I love that. Better Than Us. He says, hook up the subs under the Tesla. Exactly. Hey, I'll run that Tesla battery down quick. You play like 3 songs, that Tesla's dead. That bass start hitting that Tesla. You sit on the side of the road like, damn. Yeah. Doughboy said, did you ever figure out that 5-mile radius thing with Lyft? Wish I could have helped you. Yeah, no, I figured it out because if you're on one side of the circle, it's 5 miles from where you are in the center of the circle. So if I move all the way to the edge of a circle, they can essentially give me a 10-mile ride because I'm all the way to the edge of the filter. The filter is really 10 miles wide, but the radius is 5 miles in any direction. So that's why they were giving me like a 6-mile ride because I was probably not at the center where I set it. I probably was a mile south or, maybe even, 6-7 miles south. And all of a sudden they was like, hey, you can give them a 6-mile trip now because it's a 10-mile. The whole circumference is 10 miles. The radius might be 5, but the the diameter, circumference, whatever, that's 10 miles. So that's how, and I don't use the filter, but people need to be explained that because I'm thinking I'm going to get a trip that's 5 miles from wherever I am. No, only if you're dead center. That's it. But it's like if you move one side, you can get a 7-mile trip, 8 mile. You can get up to a 10-mile trip. And I'm like, man, I didn't think of that. And I was like, wait a minute. How are they giving me a 6-mile trip and I got a 5-mile filter set? It's set from the center. It's not from everywhere. I was like, man, this shit wasn't making sense to me. But I was like, wait a minute. It's 10 miles total. Okay. Thanks. I appreciate you breaking that down for me, man. You said you didn't. Once you kind of told me about it, that's when it started setting. I was like, oh, okay. What a Tesla Grind said, Uber gave me a 30-day guarantee for 2,800, 250 rides. I'm at 235 rides, and I'm only at 1,600. Uber's just come out of pocket on this one. Damn. You only got to do 15 more rides. Dude, I would do 15 of the shortest rides I could find. $3, $4. They're going to end up paying you like $1,000. They're going to end up paying you like $1,000, even more than that. So you're going to be like 250 trips, 2,800 bucks. I like it. Do it, brother. Do it. Like I said, you can do that today. You can be done with that today. Marcus made 150 driving only 30 miles in 2 hours with 4 hours scouting on Uber today. That's right, Mark. That's what we do, brother. That's what we do. Sometimes you got to scout the talent out there. You can't just, a lot of these drivers, they like to jump in their cars and just take off. It's like, nah, man, chill for a minute. Scout the talent. Make sure you're not passing up a surge sitting right behind you. Make sure you're not passing up a cup. People be out there taking these, 50 cent a mile rides. Ooh, $14. Ooh, that's right off the bat. I make 14, but it's for 25 miles. So you're not really making no money. So you got to do like what you did, man. You averaging $5 a mile. If you do 30 miles, $150, that's $5 a mile. If you want to make $100,000 a year, all you got to drive is 20,000 miles a year. That's it. You drive 20,000 miles a year, you just made $100,000. And that's what and you didn't even spend money on fuel. 20,000 miles is way less fuel than somebody driving 100,000 miles to make $100,000. How much fuel, wear and tear, tires and all that. They don't get it, man. There's so many things hitting in rideshare, costs that are hitting in rideshare that people don't think about. So when I see somebody saying, hey, man, I made $150. Cool. How many miles you drive? 200. Well, that's not cool then. But if you tell me I made $150, I drove 30 miles. Now I'm happy as hell. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So it's not the gross that I'm talking about. Anybody can gross what they gross. I want to know the net. How did you get that money? How did you get to that gross? Because if you got to that 150 driving 300 miles, I don't think that's a good 150. But if you tell me you got to that 150 driving 30 miles, that's an amazing 150. That's how rideshare works. It's all up here, man. And a lot of people don't think it through. They just out there driving. And it's like, dude, you got to analyze this. These are all business transactions. That's what they are. What William said, finally, the cops are cleaning up the drug zombies by the casino. Yeah, exactly. I stopped going by it because that's where they get money from. People walking out the casino, they're like, excuse me. It's like, man, this is based on the way you work. Based on the way you work, I could tell you were accounting. You're very good with numbers. Yeah, Lamont. Hey, my whole life, man, I got numbers tattooed all over my arms and shit. Dude, numbers, because numbers will tell a story. You can trap information in numbers, and with that information, you can make better decisions. Because if you just aimlessly out there doing shit, you're not really analyzing and breaking down the numbers. You could be running at a loss the whole time. A lot of companies go on the ground because they got bad accounting departments, or they lied about their numbers. If they're lying about their numbers and it's like, oh man, we were over leveraged. We didn't know how much we were making. That's how companies go into the ground. You got to have a strong accounting department because they're going to tell you the story through the numbers. Your numbers are telling you exactly what you need to do. North said, you have to cherry pick deliveries too. It's crazy. They will try you. Oh, you be seeing on my app, $3 for 9 miles for a chicken bucket. I'm like, I'm going to eat this motherfucking chicken if I go pick it up. Y'all ain't going no 9 miles. I'm going to eat this shit and tell them, hey, man, I made a mistake and drop your chicken in the street. I'm going to cancel your order. Okay. I'm going to sit in the park and I eat that motherfucker. Be like, man, they got their money back and I got me some chicken. I ain't driving no 9 miles for this bucket of chicken. I'm going to eat this shit. You know, LeBron said, why don't I see you get a rideshare garage anymore? Oh, they do their own podcast. Like I said, I started my own podcast on my channel. They're doing their own thing over there on that side. You know, because I run my channel a little differently, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we're all out driving. We all out trying to make money. We all out doing what we can do. And it takes time. You only got 24 hours in a day. So I wanted to make sure with the time that I was given to YouTube, to drivers, to educating drivers, to even educating myself through talking to drivers and learning more through drivers, I had to switch everything up. I mean, my videos are full of information. They're full of, you know, the actual way I drive and not just screenshots, but actual me driving. It's a lot of narratives in there. There's a lot of, you know, little trickery in there to help people capitalize and make more money and stuff like that. So, you know, if you want to do a podcast with a group of people, I mean, it takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of time out of your time because you have to go on their schedule. You have to you don't get all the information out that you want to get out. So that's why I tell a lot of drivers out there, don't be scared to create your own channel. Don't, because there's probably something, and out of the 7 billion people on this planet, somebody's going to see that information on your channel and be able to use it. And that's why I structured my channel the way I structured it. Out of 7 billion people, there's information I want people to see, whether it's through the chat or whether it's through the commentary on my channel, on the videos and stuff like that. I mean, there's information people are grabbing out of this and becoming better drivers. And so I had to focus on my channel because I know the type of content I wanted to be out there. I didn't want a whole bunch of just random all over the place conversations all the time. I didn't want that. I wanted a structured, profit-based, intellectual-based, accounting-based, let's run a business-based. That's what I wanted on my videos and my content. So that's what I started doing. I said, Rideshare Garage, they're going to do what they're going to do, man. Good luck to them and whatever they choose to do with it. But we're all going in our own ways, doing what we feel is necessary for our channels, for our growth as like individuals, as we make money in what we do. So this is how I choose to make my money, driving. I choose to drive, but I choose to educate other drivers so they could be smarter with what they do too. I'm not a greedy driver. I don't hog all the information. I don't hog all the secrets. I don't, hog all the money. I don't even hog all the rides. I kick rides out all the time to drivers because I believe that the money is in a community. It's not in one individual. The money is in the whole community. And we can make these apps base everything on us and who we are as drivers instead of making us chase pennies here and there. Ooh, I'm going to go get this 60 rides for $30. Nah, it's 50 cents a ride. You don't want that. Don't even chase that. If you come close to it, cool, but don't chase that. So I'm more focused on drivers. Like I said, I represent the chat. I'm always in the chat. I talk to drivers a lot. I talk to drivers when I'm out. I talk to drivers, in text message, email. We're a community, man. I tell motherfuckers, I'm not a real YouTuber. I happen to be on YouTube. I do my repairs and shit on YouTube. I talk to people on YouTube, but I'm not a typical YouTuber. A lot of YouTubers are full of shit, and I know that because I watch YouTube. I'm somebody who watches YouTube, and I know people who are full of shit when I see it. They waste time. And they will waste your fucking time because you got to make money. You got bills to pay. You don't have time to play games. When there's somebody out there, oh, Logan, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Gigging as we speak, had a Walmart Uber Eats Uber for 138, 12 stops, 59 miles, done in 3 hours. What do you think? 3 hours is a go. That's over $40 an hour. That's a go. And you only did 59 miles. So you almost at 60 miles, you over $2 a mile. That's a go. It's good on all things, man. You got the 138, you got the 59 miles, and you got your 3 hours. So it fits all three criteria. At least $40 an hour, at least $2 a mile. You can't go wrong with that. As long as you didn't end up, in Reno some fucking where. Like, I got to get back to Vegas now, man. It's like, shit. Well, my last stop was in Reno. Like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up deal, right? No. Yeah, man. It was good, brother. Struggling like a motherfucker. It's deadly. Yeah, Miami-Dade, man. It's out there, man. It's out there. And I tell people, man, it's rough because it took me a couple of nights. I was making $100 a night. And usually if I go out, I want to make 200. I want to make 250. That's what I want to make. But when I'm hanging my hat up at $100, that tells you right there, it's pretty rough out there. It's pretty rough out there. And I don't mean, what up, roll call? That's my man Rob right there. Roll call state to state, my man. Yeah, but when it's getting rough out there and you got to back up a little bit. Let me shut this other window down. And you got to back up a little bit because it's like the money's just not there. You got to find the events. You got to find the surge. You've got to find, the places that tip like airport and stuff like that. And if you're not finding all these areas, man, you're not going to make a lot of good money. And that was me for a while. I was having a hard time finding my areas. But over the past few weeks of just struggling, I'm slowly figuring out where to go. I'm sticking with my morning reservations with Uber a lot. I'm staying away from ASU because I don't feel like dealing with the 4 people in one car. I don't feel like that right now. It's like, geez. Mine's at $88 since Monday. Nothing but pennies and garbage. Yeah, it gets rough out there. It gets rough. And that's what they do when they're trying to force us to take bullshit. They would love to force us to take crap rides all day. They would love it. But we got to stand strong. We know the money is out there, but the whole community, not just us as the good drivers, But the high AR people, they've got to stop because they're ruining the economy of rideshare for drivers. They're ruining it. And I tell people, man, if they don't wake up, they're going to end up being, they're going to be one of those drivers that be pissed off. Oh, I can't believe, my car, my engine blew up and Uber won't do this and Uber won't. Like, Uber don't give a shit about you. You blowing your car up for an app that don't even care about you. Because when you blow your car up, they just going to move to the next driver. They ain't going to call your house and check on you. They ain't going to be trying to hook you up with a new engine shop and all. These apps don't give a shit about you to that degree. They just don't. So you got to care about you, care about your car, care about the wear and tear, your time, your fuel. Got to care about that. Logan says, hey, it was in Henderson, but made my way back. Yeah. You was way out there. He was like, no, I ain't going to get stuck out in Henderson. Hell no. Brigson, what up? This is Watch the OG. Man, this man is in his rhythm. That's my man Dalton right there. Oh, cool. My man Rob, he just wanted to stop by and show some love and respect. Love and respect, brother. All that. I got to come get a shirt from you too, man. I've been looking for you when I be out cruising because I know how you set up sometimes, man. So I've been cruising by looking like, man, am I going to run into you? And I'll be all over the place. But usually I'm out at night, and I know you out at day setting up. So, yeah, man. It's my man Roll Call, state to state. He always over there doing it, man. What up, chat? Daniel's in the house. Wait a minute, running at altitudes at D-backs playoff games, a potential World Series about to get busy. So did the Diamondbacks win last night? I want to see if the because I saw them shooting off some fireworks, but I was way far north when they were doing it because I grabbed the guy from downtown from a hotel and I started taking him. If it was a good Lux route, I couldn't say no, but I didn't get no surge, no crazy traffic, nothing downtown because they pushed me out of there before the surge started. They got me. The shit I say they always do to people, they got me with it. They gave me a really good ride that was going north, and it got me away. And as soon as I got away, they dropped surge. I was like, because I could have stayed and probably did a whole lot of short hops. It was a lot of traffic, though. Well, Silver Fox said, you see the interview with the 100% AR? Man, honestly, I don't even waste my time watching that shit. That's like watching grass grow. I don't waste my time watching grass grow. I know the shit's going to grow because it's grass. And if you water it and give it sun, eventually the shit's going to grow and you have to cut it. People with AR, 100% AR, you know what they do? They drive stupidly. They are exactly what this community is against. Stupid drivers. You can't just sit there and take anything. It's like, imagine, going to a job, having a job like a W-2. And every day you at your W-2, they change your salary every day, but you still keep showing up. One day they paying you $15 an hour. The next day you go in, they paying you $8 an hour. The next day they're going in, you're paying you $10 an hour. The next day you go in, they're paying you $2 an hour. And you just keep going in. You keep going. Those type of people, those are 100% AR people. I'm not going to work if you're not going to pay me. That's what I call it. Yeah, exactly, Jeff Thomas. It's called bullshit. People with 100% AR bullshit people. They're not made for rideshare. They're made for a W-2. They're made to go to a job that's going to change their salary every day they walk in. Man, I was making $15 an hour yesterday. Well, today we're going to pay you $8 an hour. Get your ass back over there and do work. Okay. Man, I was making $8 an hour yesterday. Why are you paying me $4 an hour today? Get your ass over there and work. Okay. It's like, no, I don't want to watch no 100% AR guy because I don't watch grass grow. I wouldn't watch that shit. It would be a waste of my mental space to sit and watch somebody take whatever these apps give them and say, it's because I'm doing it for the community. No, actually, you fucking up the community. If you really want to know the truth about it, you fucking up the community. Because we always talk about how unions want a certain base for benefits and unions want a certain base for salary and wages. This is the type of person who wouldn't give a shit about what he got. So a union, he'd be like, well, the union wants us to get paid $50 an hour as electricians, but they're giving me $7 an hour. I'm working at $7 an hour. I think it's amazing. I got a job. It's like, no, dude, you stupid. If they're saying, you got $50, you're getting $50 an hour as an electrician, why are you working for $7 an hour? Why are you working for less? Because I got a job. It's like, nah, man, you can't do that. It's stupid. And I don't understand high AR people that do that. They really think they're doing something major and they're not. They look ridiculous to people who are actually doing this shit for business to take care of money. Magnus says, what's up, Jeff? You motivations. Laying the smackdown on those rideshare companies, man. I'll be on a ragged ass. They know I don't like them. They don't like me either. So the feeling's mutual. I don't give a shit. The feeling's mutual. Nicole said, I saw it, didn't watch. That means someone was in his car for $2. Bump that, right? Guy's doing charity. He claimed a 40-cent operation cost more. I don't give a shit what the cost per operation is or cost per mile is. I really don't care. Because if you tell me, well, we're going to sell your house for 10 grand, but I know my house is really worth more, why would I take the 10 grand? Well, you're not paying nothing, Jeff, because your house is paid for, so you're not paying anything for it. So you should take this 10 grand. Your cost of living there is basically nothing. You're not paying nothing. Okay. It's not about cost per mile. It's about opportunity costs. And I talk about opportunity costs a lot. What are you willing to make as a human being doing a certain job? That's like saying people in the NBA should be like, oh man, we're going to give you, $3,000 a game when your opportunity is millions of dollars a game. Why don't you take $3,000 a game? Well, my cost of being here was pretty low. I only took an Uber. The Uber only cost me $19 to get to the stadium. So if I played for $3,000, I just made a lot of money. It only cost me $18 in the Uber to get here. So I just made like $2,900 for playing tonight. But yet everybody else is getting $1 million a game. Opportunity costs, man. These high AR people, they're not seeing the bigger picture of rideshare. And I get it. Like I said, they can do they drive how they want to drive and shit like that. But I know an idiot when I see one. And they might not like me calling them an idiot. It's cool. You ain't got to like it. People call me an idiot. I don't like it, but I deal with it. I don't give a shit. Call me an idiot. Call me what you want to call me. It doesn't change how I operate and what I do. So I'm not that whole third grade motherfucker. Stop calling me names. Give a fuck what you call me. I could care less. Broke is what you're not going to call me. Because I'm not going to drive myself broke. This is the guy has a trade too, electrician. That's funny. I was just saying electrician. But if somebody's out there with that mentality, if I find somebody with 100% AR mentality, one thing I know is I'm not going to do a business with them. I'll probably take advantage of them because they're not smart. I will take advantage of them because they're not that intelligent, but I will not ever do business with them because they're not that intelligent. That's not somebody I want on my team. It's just not. I want the sharp ones on my team. I want the analytical ones on my team. I want the ones who know opportunity costs on my team. I don't want anyone. I just want to be busy today, so I just got the card. I don't want that shit on my team. No. I know Jeff Thomas Black is in the building. He's in the building. Yeah, too nice and old-fashioned. Too nice and old-fashioned in 2023 don't work. Motherfuckers is running to Walmart right now with racks of clothes and TVs and shit in their hand. They didn't do that shit when I was growing up. This ain't when I was growing up. This is 2023. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. This shit's different right now. So if you're not adapting to society and what society is going through right now, you're going to get smoked. This is real life right here. This ain't motherfucking Mayberry. Everywhere is not Mayberry. So if you want to sit and say, well, I'm just old school. I'm just lying. Fuck that. Not everybody's old school. This is 2023. There are people right now smashing out windows, grabbing luggage out of people's cars and shit in San Francisco and running. They're doing that. They didn't do that shit when I was growing up. I'm old-fashioned, but I'm also intelligent enough to know where I'm at. I'm in 2023 right now. I'm not in 1973. I'm not in 1983. I know where I'm at right now. I'm in 2023. So when you get that wherewithal, self-awareness, where are you at in the universe right now? We're at 2023 AD right now, not 1980 AD. The time has passed, but that old-fashioned shit, that's water under the bridge. I'm not trying to be nice to nobody like that. Because being nice is how you get taken advantage of, and we know that. Being nice is how the apps take advantage of people. You think the apps give a shit about this dude get carjacked? Oh, man, they carjacked one of our 100% AR guys. Oh, let's pay his mortgage for him. Let's pay his house off. Let's pay his car off. They carjacked one of our 100% AR. Man, these apps going to be like, well, should have been safer. I guess we need better policies in place. Man, fuck that. This is 2023. I'm not trying to be nice to these people out there. This is business. Business is not nice. Anybody who's ever taught you about law is not nice. If you go into the legal field, being an attorney is not about being nice. It's not. You got to be cutthroat if you're an attorney because you're going to have to do some cutthroat deals. Business, it's not about being nice. Anybody negotiating a contract anywhere else, it's not about your sports agent is not going to be nice. Your agents are not going to be nice. Anytime you got government officials who are negotiating something for the benefit of the citizens, that government official cannot just be nice. It's got to be cutthroat. You need cutthroat people when you're doing business. And that's why I did so well when I was in corporate America. I was a jackass, and I told people in my videos before I was a jackass. Everybody knows I'm a jackass. Anybody who knew me since I was a little kid knows that I'm a jackass. They know that. Why do you think I did so well in corporate? Because when shit has to hit the fan, you know what? Shit hitting the fan. But a lot of times I always bucked up against management. I bucked up against the people who were trying to put down those that were actually doing the work. That's where I was fucked up at, because I didn't have that wherewithal to say I need to put people down, the little people down. No, I bucked up against management. I said, no, we can't do that shit. That's not what we're doing. Well, you got to take your position, Jeff. You got to stay in your lane. Motherfucker, fuck you. Stay in your lane. And that's just how I was. What Jeff Black say is life or death unless you want to live in a tent city with your kids. Real shit. Because this is real life, bro. This is real life, man. And it's not about trying to be nice. Oh, I'm 100%. I'm going to pick up everybody. I ain't trying to pick up everybody. I'm not. Because I'm not being paid right to pick up everybody. When the apps pay me right to pick up everybody, my AR will start going up. If my AR gets close to 100%, you know these apps are doing something real right. Because I'm a very analytical driver. I don't deal with bullshit. I'm not nice when it comes to business. I'm not that nice. Brigham said that should just stop helping motherfuckers out, especially if there's no reciprocation. Yeah, because these apps don't care. I got to go get a new set of tires. You think these apps going to be like, Jeff, we're going to send you a certificate for the new set of tires. What size tires do you need? We're going to send you a certificate, get a free set. These apps don't give a shit. They're going to be like, use the profits that you made to go buy you some tires, Jeff. And if I ain't making no profits, I ain't buying no tires, because all my profits will be used to pay for rent and to pay for groceries and to pay my car insurance and to pay my car note. And I have nothing left for tires. Well, I guess you can't drive, Jeff. If you don't have tires, you can't drive. Sorry, got to deactivate you. These apps don't give a shit. So you got to make profits, because this is business. This shit's cutthroat. It's them against us. It ain't driver against driver. It's us against what the app's choosing to pay us. And if they ain't choosing to pay us, I ain't driving. I'll leave that motherfucker turned off. I'll sit there, eat me a motherfucking crusty duzzy. Sit in that parking lot with sprinkles and crust and shit all over my shirt, getting all brushing myself off. Man. Yeah. And that's it, man. We got to look out for each other. Nobody else cares. They sold us out. Real shit. Corporate America, because like I said, back in the day when they used to take 25% of the fares and stuff like that, people used to make more money. Ask anybody that does rideshare if they made more money back then or more money now. Guaranteed. Well, now we make higher profits now, I think, because we're only taking really good rides. But back then, we made way more money back then. Our ARs were higher back then because rides were better. We would get, maybe $1.50, $2, $3 a mile because of the time cards, the way the time cards were set, the rate cards were set. So we get more money back then. Now, no. Upfront Fairs is a ripoff, and they know it's a ripoff. Yeah. And when it goes, everything is on that channel except what's really going on. I'm tired of it. They don't ask the right questions for me. You know what? A lot of channels like that is like PBS. The public broadcast system channel, the PBS channel, that's what some channels turn into fucking PBS. We're HBO, we Cinemax, we Showtime. We ain't no motherfucking public broadcast system ass channel. We're not going to be, okay, today we're going to paint with Bob Vila. We're going to fuck all that. This is real Cinemax. This is HBO level shit. This is an adult channel over here. And I understand why some channels are set up the way that they're set up, because they're trying to appeal to a bigger audience of advertisers, not of drivers, of advertisers. My advertisers are very select because of the way my channel is set up. I cuss motherfuckers out. I tell people to fuck off. You're not going to see no Mormon church commercials on my channel. I highly doubt it. You're not going to see no commercials for, this and that and be nice and be generous. You ain't going to see that shit on my channel. You ain't going to see that. When you get channels like those, they're trying to appeal to advertisers. They're not trying to appeal to drivers. Like I tell motherfuckers, this is a driver's channel. This is a driver's channel. I appeal to drivers. If nobody want to watch my shit, there's X's in the rear of the plane, X's directly on the side of the plane, and there's X's also behind me. Jump the fuck out with no parachute, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck less. You could be gone. Get off the plane. Because once we take off, we taking off. And if you don't like this type of shit, cool. It's other channels out there for you. A lot of other channels out there for people. And I never once said I would love to have everybody on my channel. I wouldn't, because I don't fuck with everybody like that. I don't even like everybody. So I don't need everybody on my channel. I need people who want to make money, want to share information, want to talk profits. That's what we do. Yeah, Silver, man, used to easily make $400 to $500 every Saturday. Man, I used to kick out, $1,500 weekends. Ain't no way in hell I can do that shit now. No way in hell, unless it's a big event. Even running my 30-mile car back then when I started 30 mile per gallon car. Nicole's at them crusty dusties. Lamont said, I took a Lux ride this morning. Customer told me that she paid Lyft about 55% of the fare. Damn. Yeah. And that's the thing. The drivers ain't getting that money. These are all service fees. All service fees we getting hit for. And the Naga said, I made way more while driving from 2013 to 16. Rideshare with these apps today is beyond bogus. Because the service fees, man. That they're trying to make everything. The driver is making the money. The drivers make the money. We are the revenue generators. The apps take the money. And they say, well, we're going to have these fees applied to that ride, and these fees applied to that ride, and these fees applied to that ride. You can have the rest. No, fuck that. You guys need to figure out how to run a better company. You can't dig into my pockets to run your company. You can't, because I don't dig in your pockets to run my house. So you got to make the rides more fair. If the rides ain't fair, we ain't doing it. Just how it is. And that's why the 100% AR people, it's hard for them motherfuckers to even be on our side of the equation. We're on the side of the equation of profitability, running a smart business. That's the side we're on. If you got 100% AR and you can tell me every ride you do is $3 to $4 a mile and you got 100% AR, I can't help but appreciate and respect that AR at that point. I can't help but respect it. But if you tell me you taking 50 cent a mile ride, 40 cent a mile rides, you know, $1 a mile nature hikes is taking you out of town and back. If you tell them you doing all that shit, then I can't respect your AR. I just can't. Because I know that you're not on the side of profitability. You're on the gotta stay busy people. Gotta stay busy. I just gotta drive nonstop. And the apps are like, dude, we need more people like this. We need more idiots, man. This is how we're gonna survive as a corporation, having people like him. They need to survive as a corporation by running a smarter financial system. They need to let go some of those executives they got. Stop it. Just like Lucid, the car company Lucid made $608 million. They made $608 million of gross revenue. Lucid, 608. Guess how much they paid their executive? Like $370 million. More than half of the revenue they even made went to one dude. Went to one dude's salary. That's what these corporations be doing. They make all this motherfucking revenue and they pay all the people at the top. They don't care about the drivers or us at the bottom. Look up Lucid. $608 million they made. Paid over 50% of all the money they made to one dude, the CEO. I'm telling you, I know how corporate works. They want to work us to death, then turn around and say, well, you know, we got to create a new thing. No, you ain't going to keep digging into our pockets. You ain't going to keep, because at some point, we're just going to shut it down and be like, you know what? Like me, my AR is tanking, but it has to, because I can't play that game. I'm not doing that 100% AR shit. I'm not doing it. AR was 85% 3 months ago. It's 9% now. Changed my life. Yeah, Lisa, they make the passengers think we get the delivery fees. They need to let passengers know delivery costs go into the app's pockets, not ours. Real shit. And these people, like I said, Lisa, these people are paying all of this money, and they think the drivers are getting it because we got clean cars, nice cars, we wear clean clothes. They think we getting this money. When they see a channel like mine and they really see what's going on, they go, oh shit, we thought y'all were getting all that. I paid $28 for that trip. I didn't know you was getting $13. Yeah, I paid $28 for a 6-mile trip. 28, and you got 13 for that 6 mile? Yeah, I got 13 for it. It was $2 a mile, so I took it. And the apps know that's how we operate. It's like, man. Yeah, it's a delicate ecosystem, JTB. It's a real delicate ecosystem, man. Off the Handle said this morning, 5 online hours, 2 driving, $58. Almost $30 an hour. It's not bad, especially for a morning rides. Morning rides are harder than nights. So, and you probably don't get as much surge as we get at nights either, because a lot of drivers are off the road at night, especially female drivers. They don't like driving around these drunk ass people. So a lot of, I still see some female drivers out there, but not as many as I see in the daytime, because it's 2023. It's stupid out there right now. It's stupid. So you can't be in 2023, a woman picking up 3 dudes in hoodies on the damn back alleyway just because they requested a ride. You better fucking punch that shit and be like, y'all need to get another ride. I'm not picking y'all up under a dark ass street lamp. Like, oh, hell no. I'm out. Yeah. And as Off the Handle said, Uber needs an AI CEO, work 24/7, 365 for hosting costs. And I think that's what a lot of these CEOs are scared of, because CEOs are theoretically the decision makers. Let's say that they're the decision makers. But if you got AI that can make the decisions better than that CEO, what's the point of the CEO then? You're paying this guy millions and millions and millions of dollars when you can just have an AI built and the AI can just do everything. That's what all these executives are worried about. They're getting priced out of the equation. Drivers, when somebody wants a human driver, we're in the seat. When somebody just wants a financial transaction figured out and everything, they don't care if it's AI or what. They just want a solution. And if AI can present the solution better than the CEO, if AI can predict the stock of the company, AI can predict the direction, AI can predict what, strategies need to be used by the company. Why do you need a CEO? You don't need one. He's dead weight. He's taking money out of the company's pockets, just like that dude from Lucid, taking money out of the company's pockets. So it was like, man, what PWN said, made 1,100 last weekend with XL Few X when they made sense, but only drove 300 miles because Jeff showed me the power of small bangers now. I average $3+ a mile. Thank you, Jeff. Hey, that's what I'm saying, PWN. You got to analyze this. You drove 300 miles. That's less than a tank of gas. You took less than a tank of gas, made $1,100. That's the shit I'm trying to do. I can't get there yet, but I'm trying to do that because I can get about 400 miles for a tank. If I can make 1,100 on one tank like that, that's my goal, man. Like, and I love when you say that because it shows me the possibilities. It's possible. I just have to get my shit together, get everything lined up. It's going to happen one day. I just got to line it up. Like I've come close. I've come like $800. I've come $700 a few times. I know I can do 1,000 for a tank, but I got to get it lined up. I got to get it lined up. Like I said, you did 1,100, man. And, you know, congrats on that. It's very just a matter. One tank of fuel. The money you put in that day, you made 1,100 all weekend on that. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. Because like I said, I put in $60, $70 in my tank. If I can make 1,100 off that 60, 70, that means every $60, $70 I got in my bank, I can take out and put 1,100 back in. That's crazy right there. That's crazy money. Take out $60 and put back 1,100 2 days later. Take out $60, put back 1,100 2 days later. I do that shit all day. All day. 600 miles total for $2,200. When you got these people out here driving for $2,000 a week, they driving 2,000 miles, 2,500 miles, 6-7 days of straight driving, 200-300 a day. And it's like, nah, man, we can't do that. We can't do that. We got to do it smarter than that. And it's like, yep. Ezra said 3 dudes in a hoodie. Yeah, exactly. Man. Hey, Dalton said, we want to see this 2017 Model S in your eBay cart. Hey, Dalton, go type on eBay, type in 2017 Model S. You'll see a black one. It's facing the camera from like driver's side. Motherfucker's clean, man. I love that car. I want it. I want it. Let me see if I can go in here and find it. I'm going to find this shit for you just because you said my eBay, my watch list. Let me go down. I know it's closer to the bottom. Oh, hold up. Let me go back through here. There it is. Oh, it's at $33,000. That's it right there. You probably have a hard time seeing it, but that's the Model S right there. It's a 2017. The camera don't do it justice, but it's at $33,000 or best offer. I like it. I like it. It's a 2017. I like it. It's like, I don't know, man. If you're going to get a Tesla, get something you like at least. And I know a lot of people say, we should get it for rideshare. Get it for rideshare, but get something you don't mind paying for. You don't mind working for. That's the number one thing. What is it? We need to network among the drivers and stick together. My AR is 15%, and I'm making more than I did months ago. Let's go get the money. That's right, Jamil. That's right. And like I said, the profit margins are there for the taking. For the ones that are intelligent enough to sit down and break the numbers down. Because there's not a single business out there that you can walk in the front door and be like, hey, do you guys got a business budget? Do you guys got a business forecast? No, William, you cool. What'd you say? Sorry about the language. I don't even remember what you said up there. I didn't even see it. But you know my channel language, man, we don't care about language over here, dude. That's the least of our concern. We're adults over here. We don't care about, we watch movies. We listen to rap. It's like, we don't care about language. That's the least of our worries over here. We got bigger fish to fry. I got to pay mortgage. That's bigger than language. I can care less. No, but what was I saying? I was talking about, yeah, but you walk into any door of any business and you ask them, do you have a budget? Do you have a forecast? Do you have, an expense, budget? Businesses operate off of business intellect. People don't just do shit. Employees do shit. If you walking up to any employee of any company that don't really do the finance statement, okay, hey, how you going? Hey, what is you guys like annual budget this year as far as like, human resources? They'd be like, I don't know. I just scam people. I don't know. If you got a fruit, I just scan the fruit and you just pay for the fruit. I don't know. If you got, a pack of gum, I'll scan your pack of gum. I don't really talk about that kind of stuff. See, because they don't do, they're employees. They don't do the fucking business. So when you talk up to the business people, the actual people in charge of making the money, spending the money, all that, they know the money. So if anybody's in rideshare, they don't know their money, they probably digging themselves a hole that they're going to be able to get out of. Because they're like, well, this is my cost per mile. Cool, that's your cost per mile. What is the potential income you can make, though, in your region? What's your potential income? Because I know my potential. I can get $2, $3 a mile. I can get up to $12 a mile. I know they'll send me 40 cents a mile, 50 cents a mile. That's a fucking given. They'll send me that. I ain't taking that because I know the potential of what I can make in this market. So I'm going to keep aiming at it. And Lyft and Uber need to say that market is too intelligent. We can no longer fleece that market. We can't beat that market up because all these drivers are too smart in that market. If we want to sell rides in that market, we got to pay drivers in that market. But we got too many people. I don't know, man. I just scanned the fruit when they want the fruit. He wanted the fruit, so I scanned the fruit. They don't even think about the numbers. That's their employees, man. They don't think about it. This is you seen the interview with the other channel that was taking all the rides in South Florida? Oof. Oof. What up, Medina? What up? What up? Taco Bell is the Uber Eats equivalent of 3 guys in a hoodie. Y'all silly. The C-level executive pay is just giving millions of dollars to oligarchs. Yep, that's it. That's it. And I tell people, man, all the money we make that we busting our ass for, that we putting our lives on the line for, whether we get into a car wreck, a car accident, carjacked. I mean, we're putting our lives on the line so these people get multi-million-dollar payouts for sitting in their seat going, make sure you change the algorithm to send out more shit rides to people with higher ARs because they're likely to take that shit. Set the algorithm just like that dude in South Florida. He can take all the shit rides he wants. That's his time, his life. There's guys I see on here talking about waking up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, driving until they exhausted the full 12 hours. When I was in high school and I wanted a job, there's not a single job when I graduated that I said, I would love to work 12 hours a day. What can I do to work 12 hours a day? Never did. If I thought of that, then I'd probably start my own damn company. I'm gonna be working for some app. I start my own company. If I'm gonna put in that much time, I go to the bank, get me a bank loan, $250,000, work my ass to death, pay up to $250,000, and then profit everything after that. That's what I would do if I was working 12 hours a day for somebody. But instead, we're here working these apps. We shouldn't have to be on this road more than 6 to 8 hours a day. That's a full-time job, 6 to 8 hours. If you out longer than 6 to 8 hours on this road, you probably want a little extra. You got some shit to take care of, but it shouldn't be necessary. You might be thinking, oh, I just want a little extra. I'm going to stay out a little longer because I want a little extra. Cool, I get it. Christmas is coming up. Birthday coming up. You got your eyes on getting a down payment on another car or something. I get it. But it should not be the mantra of your, January to December workload. You should not be pushing 80 hours from January to December. At that point, you've worked 2 years in 1 year. And you ain't no further ahead than the motherfucker that was cherry picking that ain't did number 30,000 miles. You ain't no further ahead. You look at his bank account, all his bills. Your bank account, all your bills. Exact same spot. But somebody's working 80 hours and somebody's working 30 hours. And it's like, well, hell, that shit don't make a lot of sense. No, it don't make a lot of sense, does it? That we can drive 30,000 miles a year and make what you making in 100,000 miles a year. Less gas, less time on the road, more chilling, more, kicking back, relaxing with everybody in the chat. And yet we at the exact same level at the end of the year. Somebody's not working smarter at that point. Somebody's working harder and not smarter. Somebody's not doing the work. And it's a lot of mental work. Like even in sports, coaches will tell you, sports is 90% mental, 10% physical. That's it. Because the smaller guy can be the bigger guy. All the smaller guy has to have is more heart. He's got to know how to run the plays. And he has to know the enemy's plan. That's it. Smaller guy can always beat the bigger guy. But he's just got to know how to do it. It's 90% mental, 10% physical. Same with rideshare. This shit is 90% mental. So if you get out there and you don't have the mentality for rideshare or for business or how this shit's really going, you're going to dump a lot of time, money, effort, energy into an equation to where you're not getting that return back, that opportunity of having a larger return back. I want large returns. I mean, shit, I got a video about to drop. I only got half of it done right now, but I was doing $26 for fucking 2.8 miles. And that was it. 2.8 miles is all for $26. That's how I want to drive. That's my choice to drive. I want to drive like that. Because if somebody says, hey, you got to go 2.8 miles and I'm going to give you $26, cool. The next person is like, hey, I'm going to give you $26, but you got to go 26 miles. That motherfucker will take it. 26 miles away for $26. When I went 2.8 miles, got to 26, and now I'm chilling, waiting on my next opportunity to come. I'm done. I've made my 26. I'm done. So now I'm waiting on that rest of that money to come. The next ride might pop up $15 for 5 miles. Cool, let's do that one. And this person is still on that $26 nature hike. 26 fucking miles gone. And I'm on my second ride already. I made the 26. I'm about to make the 15. After the 15, I might take a $7 for 2 mile ride. Now I done made that. So I'm sitting at $48 already. And this dude's still on $26 for 26 miles. And I'm at $48 and I'm in the same motherfucking neighborhood. That's called smart driving. Stay in your region. Stay in your zone. Don't go out of your zone. You don't need to take them nature hikes. If you want to go out there, take it. If you say, man, I want to go west, take that ride and go west. Because I do that shit all the time, man. I want to go west. I just don't want to be on my own gas. So I take that ride, shoot out west, be a long-ass banger ride, too. Be like $50. I'm like, hell, I had to get out here, though. It'd be like $1.25, $1.50 a mile. It ain't even $2 a mile. But it's like, but I need to get out there. It ain't even $2 a mile when I'm used to driving for $5 a mile, $4 a mile. This ain't even $2, but it's my gas money to get where I got to get to. Man, Ezra, I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. Oh, King James in the building. King James, what's good, brother? Hey, and another thing, Nicole, talk to King James, Nicole. King James has been, this dude, I'm going to tell you something. When I first met him, a lot of people don't know King James. He's been with me on this channel since before I even had 1,000 subs. Now, when I first met King James, dude was like, man, he was renting his car. He was like renting with Uber, Lyft. Man, they're killing me on these personal miles. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're screwing with me, man. They're this and that. I can't make no money. This was King James. So I said, dude, we're going to find you a rental car outside of the Uber and Hertz network. So we found him a rental car outside of the network. Dude been renting. Changed his driving style up. All short bangers, all smart rides. All dudes make, I mean, he was sending me screenshots, $43 for like 1.4 miles. No bullshit. I think I even put it in the video. $43, 1.4 miles. $43 for like, 5 miles. This dude was finding bangers everywhere because he was scouting real hard like that. Busted his ass. For the past year and a half, almost busted his ass. Motherfucker went out yesterday or the day before, went out and bought a brand new Toyota Camry, brand new. All he does is rideshare. That's it. He was done. I'm done renting. I know my strategy. I know how to make my profits. I'm covering money now. I'm doing good. Went out and bought a brand new motherfucking Camry. Send me a picture of it. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. You're out of the rent race, man. You out of the rent race. Instead of the rat race, it's the rent race. You did it this month. Wes did it last month. You guys are all breaking free of that chain, that $2,000 a week chain, $1,500 a week chain, $1,100 a week chain. You breaking free of that shit, or a month, not a week. So you breaking free of that chain, because once people will charge you $350, $400, $600 a week, that's money. You got to take your first 2 or 3 days is dedicated just to pay off that car that's not even yours. First 2 or 3 days is dedicated to pay it off. Now you paying what, $300 a month, $10 a day, $350 a month, maybe $400 a month. So your first maybe half hour, instead of you taking 3 days to pay off a car, 3 days, it's taking you a half hour to pay off your car for that day. A half hour, you're done. You can work a full day or two and you're done with the car for the whole month. The other 28 days is your money now. All 28 days is your money. Instead of you having to work 3 days and then the next 4 days is yours. 3 days and the next 4 days is yours. So, man, I congratulate you on taking that leap, brother. I congratulate you, man. That's it. What Lisa said? She says, hey, I did take a few extra catering orders to pay for my kiddie's surgery, but catering is less miles. That's right, Lisa. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to stay out a little extra because there's something you need to take care of. So you're like, oh shit, instead of just cutting off at 6, I'm going to push for 9, 10 hours. I can push for 9 or 10 because you got something popping up and you know it. And that's what gig work will do for you. Gig work don't have to work you 80 hours a week. Gig work gives you that leverage. Just like when you're working in W-2s and people go, oh man, you know what? If anybody want to work overtime this weekend for a couple of extra bucks, yeah. So you work a little overtime that weekend and make a couple extra bucks. They don't say, hey, can you work overtime every night for the next 2 years? You don't do that because that's no life. So W-2s will give you an option on when you can work overtime here and there. In this rideshare shit, you've got to give yourself an option on when you want to work overtime. When you want to work, okay, I think I want to go in, put in about, extra 2 hours tonight, extra 3 hours tonight. If I could bang out $40 an hour, that's an extra 120 I'm going to make tonight. And I don't get greedy with it. If I do it a night or two a week, that's it. I'm not doing it those 6-7 nights a week. I'm not greedy like that because I have my expenses under control and I know what I can. I mean, shit, just this morning I was in there making me, like I said, I eat sausage links mixed with eggs every day, 3 eggs, and I chop up this sausage link into 4 big pieces. My sausage link probably costs about $4. So it's $1 a day breakfast pretty much with eggs and everything. So I analyze my real life, not just rideshare, but my real life. I say, how much does it cost me to eat breakfast? How much does it cost me to eat lunch? How much does box of Krusty Dussies cost? I can't keep buying the shit from Circle K. I got to go to Walmart and get a box of 6 for like $3, so it's 50 cents a donut instead of $2 a donut. I analyze everything. What up, Vartan, my man? Vartan, my man. Oh, okay, Nicole said, okay, we've been talking. There you go. There you go. Yeah, King James, I'm telling you, everybody's trying to make that shift to, keep them profits in your pockets. And yeah, Briggs, you still have to put in the hours to be successful, but it's not just the hours, but it's which hours are you putting in? Because if you're doing hours that are not busy, you're wasting your time. If you do hours that you think are busy, like I said, go online for 2 or 3 hours. If it's not busy, be like, I'm done. Turn the app off. Wait until it surges. Because if everybody's online at the same time, and we've always said this, if everybody's online at the same time all day long, no surge is going to generate. They won't generate a surge. There's too many. The supply of drivers exceeds the demand for rides. So if you ain't got surge or we don't feel like it's busy, you ain't getting popping rides, everybody just go offline. Everybody. Guaranteed. Within the next, like I said, I'll be having surges around my house because don't nobody in South Phoenix drive because everybody be like, man, South Phoenix, man. Oh, man, that's rough, man. That's like gang shit down there, man. That's gang shit. Back in the day, probably. Like I said, my neighborhood is cool. It's mainly a lot of Latinos and stuff like that down here. So I don't have a lot of drivers to deal with down here. At nighttime, everybody's kind of scared and they stay away from South Phoenix. I love this shit. I roll on the Jeep top off. I'm sitting in parking lots chilling the shit. I'm talking to every fucking body at Circle K and Quick Trip. This is my area, right? I grew up like this. This is where I feel at home at. So the fact that nobody's online down here except me, I can get a $15 surge around the corner, $11 surge down the street, $8 surge this way, airport. I can get that all day because it's about supply and demand. When you have too much of a supply of drivers and the demand is not there, you ain't seeing the apps are like, shit, just keep throwing them shit rides. Somebody's going to take it. Keep throwing them shit rides. Somebody's going to take it. Never do. Never do. What Williams said, Jeff, you can make your delicious donuts on a lower cost. Oh, I make chocolate chip cookies. I got a video on my channel actually showing me how I bake chocolate chip. I put it on there like a couple of years ago because everybody was like, hey, man, you should put your cookie thing on the channel. So I put a chocolate chip cookie recipe on my channel. Oh, what up, dog, man? I appreciate that, brother. Number one, hey, get that ass, brother. Rocking a Model 3 Performance with full self-driving myself. The best part is playing Jedi mind tricks with riders pretending to drive without hands. Go for it, full send, no more gas. Oh, I appreciate that, Dalton. Appreciate it, brother. Hey, man, I'm looking at it because I'm like, woo, 30 G's. All right, 2017 for 30 G's. All right, I got to get one no matter what. Whether I can use it for rideshare or just for life in general, you've got to start looking at the way that the world is going. They're going electric. You can't deny it. Electric and hydrogen. You can keep saying, oh, I ain't never going electric. Cool. You can say that forever. But at some point, you're going to have to get one. It's just what it is. Frank says, I run up to the car wash and I'll go online here in Casa Grande, run here until I get a run up north. Yeah, you got to do that, man. You got to do that. And it's like, man, you got to, sometimes I just leave my app running. It'll just be sitting there until a Lux hits. It might be an hour before a Lux hit, but a good Lux will hit. And I'm like, okay, I'm gone. And you were working. If you were online for an hour, you were working. Motherfucker, you don't even know where I was. I was sitting at my damn kitchen counter eating motherfucking cupcakes and shit. And you're like, you're working. Motherfucker, I'm waiting on the Lux to hit. I ain't going nowhere. Williams, get a 2020, Jeff. You can Lux Black for a couple more years. I know it, man. I know it. That's the thing. And the thing is, the new 2023 Model 3s look really, really good. They look really good in the front. And I'm like, I can make my Model 3 look like a Model S if I can't afford a Model S. Because the front of the new Model 3s, man, all I need is bigger tires. That's it. Just give me some bigger tires. It's going to look like an S by the time I'm finished. But I appreciate that, Dalton, my man. I appreciate that, brother. Like I said, I'm gonna start working in my way down there. I've been looking at everything on how to get this stuff going, man. Yeah. This is, have you watched the Uber show Super Pumped? No, I haven't even heard of that, man. It's like the daily managerial meeting, The ones that show up succeed. The ones that don't take trash offers. Yeah, people need to go to that then. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, the way the apps are set up, it's not set up for drivers to get paid. And they keep taking away the ways we get paid and the amounts that we get paid and the rates that we get. They keep doing it over and over again. People, they keep driving like crazy, man. Oh, I'm going to take this ride. Why do you think the apps keep doing that? Because they think, well, we're paying these drivers too much. If their ARs are this high and they're happy with it, we're apparently paying them too much. Take some more of their money away. Oh, the AR didn't change. They still 100%. Take some more of their money away. Oh, shit, the AR didn't change. Take some more of their money away. They're not going to give us more money until the AR start tanking. When everybody's AR tanks, that's when they're going to say, okay, we must have pushed the button. I think we're not paying them enough to pick these people up. Man. Tony, Driven Dad, what's good? Broncos tonight and a concert. My goal, 21 more trips. Shouldn't a day between $600 and $800. There you go, brother. There you go. And like I said, and Tony's one of them drivers out there. Like I said, he's driving for a reason. Tony has a bigger family. So for somebody like me with a smaller family, I shouldn't have to be so greedy that me and Tony make the same amount of money. If Tony's making 800, I should be okay with 200 and get my ass off the road as a driver that's a teammate with Tony that I'm thinking. Because why do I want to be sitting there trying to, be greedy and take money away from somebody who I consider a friend of mine to take care of his kids just for the simple fact that I can have money? There's no point of money unless, like I said, if I gave you $2 million, I gave you $2 million cash in your hand, put you on an island with no store, no internet, no Wi-Fi, no nothing, and said you can only spend this $2 million on this island, but there's no stores there. There's nothing there, no Wi-Fi, no nothing. That $2 million ain't shit. So that tells you right there, money ain't shit. It's not money that we're chasing. It's a lifestyle we're chasing. I want a lifestyle to where I'm comfortable, to where I can wake up, eat some ice cream if I want some ice cream, have some eggs in the refrigerator. When I was little, we wake up, it'll be like a thing of mustard in there, some motherfucking mayonnaise in there. Mom be like, just eat lunch when you get to school. Like, I'm going to try to grocery shop later today. Try to eat lunch. Make sure you don't miss lunch. If somebody at lunch don't want their apple, grab their apple. I grew up like that. If somebody at lunch don't want their chocolate milk, get their chocolate milk. It feels good for me to wake up and not have to be like, I got to go somewhere and ask somebody if they don't want their fucking apple, if they don't want their sandwich, if they don't want their fruit. I wake up, I got shit in my refrigerator. It's a lifestyle. So I'm not trying to chase money all the fucking time. I just need enough profits to live the life that I want to live. If I can live the life of the profits that I want to live, then my profit margins are good. My profit margins are good. I don't need to be greedy. I don't need to be, because there's people out there that need that shit. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly on tortillas. Hell yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, Frank, that's right, man. It's like a bike. Just upgrade as you go, man. Just upgrade as you go. Yeah. And Raflo said, hey, that S looks nice going down the road. Is much wider than a 3. Yeah, that S is crazy. I'm telling you, man, it's like a fucking Batmobile. That shit looks like the Batmobile coming down the street. But I can do something with that 3. I can get some wider wheels on it, kind of go against the grain. Figures they're going to say, you're going to lose kilowatt hours. I don't care. I just want my car to look cool, man. But yeah, man, try to re-educate these high AR guys about profits and numbers. And as long as you got enough profit to take care of your life, that's all you really care about. You don't want to get greedy because, like I said, we got people in the community like Tony who have extra mouths that they have to feed, and these kids have to eat. They have to eat. There is no question about it. They need food because they're kids. They're not like, computers and shit like that and cell phone. These are actual kids that need shit. So for me to be a greedy driver and to not be willing to kick out a $40 ride that I don't need, I don't need it because it's going way out there. Somebody might need it. Somebody like, man, I just need a $40 ride home, man. That's all I need is a $40 ride home. Boom, I just kick one out. They find it. They go way the fuck out east. They're at home now. And it helps the community of drivers out because we are interlined. Like, we're all intertwined. And nobody wants to admit that we're intertwined until it's time to go on strike, until it's time to bitch and complain. Now they want to admit we're intertwined. Drivers are the core of the rideshare community, whether or not you want to admit. It's not the apps. Because like I said, somebody's phone can die right in front of me. Somebody's phone can die. Oh, man, I was about to set a ride, man. Damn, I was about to set a ride. Well, where was you thinking about going? Man, I'm going to go like 4 miles down the street, man. I'll give you $20. We just did a ride without an app. So the apps ain't helping people get the fuck around. No, it's drivers doing it. So if somebody tells me, well, you need an app to get a ride. No, you don't. You need a fucking car to get a ride. You need somebody to drive that motherfucker to get a ride. So it's like, if you don't have a car and you don't have a driver, there's no way that you can get a ride. You don't need an app to get a ride. The app can help facilitate you a ride, but the app is not the way to get a ride. You get a ride by a driver in a car. And the app's got these people thinking, oh, well, if you have an app, we guarantee you get a ride. And you just pay us $65 and we'll get you a ride. Then turn around and give the driver like $20 out of the 65. Be like, wait a minute. You breaking this person's wallet and you not paying the driver well. It's $20 for like 19 miles. You're not paying the driver well and you eating into this person's money. So no, the app is not facilitating everything the way it should be. The app is not the all-knowing, all-being. It's not. So, like I said, many times I've done rides, and I even put them in my videos showing people, sending me Venmos, Cash Apps, cash, whatever. I've shown that to show people you do not need an app to get somebody from point A to point B. We got navigation on our phones automatically. We got navigation in our car. We got mouths. Closed mouths don't get fed. Hey, man, you need a ride, dog? Yeah, actually, I do. Closed mouths don't get fed. The apps are for people who are scared to conduct business on their own, so they use these apps to conduct business. I use the apps to conduct business too when it's good business. When it's shitty business, I don't conduct business through the app. I do it myself. You want to ride to the concert? Yeah, cool. Hit me up this day. I'll do it. I don't do concert rides for the apps usually. I'll get concert surge and I'll find somebody outside like in an apartment complex and drive their ass somewhere. Concert shit is crazy. I don't do that. Yeah, what Frank said, I did not mean to change the subject. Just wanted to let you guys know that I raise concern not only for myself, but for our community also. That's what I told them. Yeah, you got to. Oh, I forgot. I can't even go up to see that. Hold up for a second. I can't go up. Whatever. I'll deal with it another day. Yeah. What Rob Flo says, I just pulled into the Tampa International Airport. Queues, 150 people waiting. Shameless as hell. Man, that is nuts. That's why I only do my reservations at the airport, man. If it's a reservation and I'll snag that in the morning, I'll take somebody to the airport. I rarely pick up people from the airport. Rarely. Like maybe twice a week. The airport is just not where it's at, man. I'll try to go get some surge on my way there, but normally it's just, man, it's pointless because you're going to end up getting thrown to the back of the queue again. So now you're 150 deep again. So you're waiting 3-4 hours waiting for a ride that's like $40. So, okay. So you're going to do that. If you do that shit for 12 hours straight, the most you can make in 12 hours is $120. That's it. And we could do that shit like in 2 or 3 hours driving the way we drive. 2-3 hours, we can knock out $120 and just be going back home. We're home now. We don't take us 12 hours to make $120 into the airport all day. And that shit just, it's pointless, man. What is this? General purposes, true. Made $7 this morning after I dropped someone off at Family Dollar and then went inside to get a drink. We came out of the store together and I drove him home afterwards. He was about to book via app again. Yeah, and it's like, I pulled up to the airport before. People have seen people get out of my car. I'm unloading luggage like the one girl who was dropping her boyfriend off. I'm unloading luggage and everything, and she comes walking up. I'm right in Tempe. You know, my phone's dead. I had to drop my boyfriend off, this and that. And, you know, I just got to go to the hotel right over here in Tempe. She had $40 in her hand. I was like, let's ride. Shit, she knew I was a driver. She just saw me drop somebody off. I had my Lyft shirt on. So I got my big Lyft shirt on with Lyft on the back. So everybody knows that I'm a Lyft driver. Don't think I'm just some random friend dropping people off. So she walked up and was like, hey, $40. And then I had a reservation right after that, but I fucked up and started the reservation. I didn't know I was sliding, start reservation or something happened to the app. So I had to go through the app, find out where he was and go pick him up. And it was all jacked up. It was all jacked. I was like, dude, I must have touched the app. I think I started the other reservation when I was dropping this cash girl off. I was like, man, this is all jacked up. Yeah. Yep. I'm constantly doing third parties for NGOs. Yeah, man. Let's go back to the 90s. No apps and no internet. For real. Hey, Michael, man, if we went there, a lot of people would just crumble. They wouldn't even know how to speak to people. Wouldn't know how to walk up and talk to somebody. Because me, I could pull up in a Quick Trip, chat with everybody at the Quick Trip because we're old school. We know that people are just people. We all done fucked up a lot in life. We all done won a lot of cool shit in life. We've done good. We've done bad. We've been fired, hired, resigned from jobs, quit jobs. We've done it all. So it makes us no different from the next person standing in front of us. The only difference is when somebody thinks they're better than everybody else because of what they're currently going through. And I say, you could currently be going, and that's why I think my garage explosion woke me up to reality. You can currently be going through the most amazing part of your life right now. It does not make you better than the next person because all it takes is some gas fumes to explode. And you got 4 or 5 trucks at your motherfucking house and you starting back over at square one again that quick. So what you're currently going through, whether you got 8,000 subs in your channel or 80,000 subs, 2,000 subs, 20,000 subs, 200,000 subs, you're not better than the next person, because that shit can all be gone in a snap. I mean, look at Fresh and Fit, millions of dollars of content and everything, millions of dollars of content. Snap, gone that fast. And these guys were always putting themselves above everybody in the community that they were in. They were in the podcast community, putting themselves above everybody. All it took was a snap. That's why I tell people subs don't matter. Like, your sub count don't matter. Your content matters. Your intent matters. All that shit really matters. But if I'm just basing my channel and the importance of it based on, the amount of subs I got, I feel I got some of the smartest drivers in the gig community always commenting on my channel. I've got some of the smartest drivers. I've learned shit from people on my channel. I've learned shit from the chat. And it's like, you don't get a lot of pages like that. You get a lot of pages where people are just griping back and forth. A lot of pages where people are just putting drivers down, putting people down, putting, YouTubers down back and forth. You don't even get shit by the time you're done watching whatever you watching. You don't get shit. You just sitting there like, what did I just waste my time watching? What was I doing? It's like, how much more money did you make listening to that? How much more can you take care of your family listening to that? At some point, you got to start thinking about not only the content, but the intent of the content. Is this shit going to help you in some way? Like I said, if y'all go look at my car repair videos and shit like that, you see, I comment on those every day, because there's somebody on those channels every day, on those videos every day. Hey, man, I was really thinking about doing this repair to my truck. Man, you made it look so easy. Man, I'm glad I opened this video. I'm in my car repair shit just as much as I'm on my rideshare shit, because I'm helping people fix their cars. Dude was like, yeah, man, they wanted to charge me like, $1,800 to fix this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, here's a video. I'll walk you through the whole process of changing it, through each nut and bolt, through each way I had to angle to get in there. And that's what my repair videos are for. It's to help people. And people are always, oh, man, I was going to drop my car off at the BMW dealership today. Man, I'm glad I found your video. Because if I do something to my car, the first thing I do is I think, who can I help with this? It's not only the content, but the intent. I'm not trying to be nobody fucking important. I'm trying to be somebody that's willing to help somebody. That's it. It might be somebody on their last motherfucking dime. I hope I'm there for you. I don't want to, well, I'm more important. I'm the biggest YouTuber. I'm more important. I got the most lives and I got blah, blah, all that. That shit don't mean nothing in the scheme of reality. In the scheme of reality, somebody needs something and you've got to fill that need. That's it. If you need a fucking ride, I'll give you a ride. If you need to know how to change your spark plugs, maybe look at one. You probably save yourself, $200-$300. Just look at the video. And that's what this channel has always been about. That's why I said, and you're right, dog, man, humility, man. Humility. It's about realizing who we are, that this shit could be gone at any minute today. It could be gone that fast. And a lot of us, we realize that we've been through so much in life that we wake up and we just happy. I'd be happy as a motherfucker just to have like juice like this. I didn't have this shit as a kid. In my fridge, I had Kool-Aid, man. I had motherfucking Kool-Aid. I got like juice in my fridge. Like, my mom would kick my motherfucking ass if I woke up drinking Kool-Aid. She'd be like, dude, if you don't put that shit down for dinner time, because she make one big ass jug of Kool-Aid and everybody got to get one glass of Kool-Aid during dinner. I could drink these all day. To me, that's major shit. Because I didn't come from this. It's major shit. Man, well, Michael said, I like to think I'm a certified YouTube Subaru technician. Hey, if you own it and you've been through that car a lot, trust me, you probably are. Did my inverter pump yesterday, $100, and that's a $400 repair. Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to do it, man. Dalton said it right, man. It's not the content, but the intent. Like, what are you doing with this shit? What are you really trying to do? That's the whole point of it. What are you trying to do? And what Jennifer Rice said, you should have an Uber for Dummies show. You got great inside perspective, like that Uber pet switchover is a game changer. Oh yeah, Jennifer, that'll keep them from sending you crap rides all day. And people always ask, why do you use Uber Pet? I'm like, did you see the video? Because when you see me using Uber Pet and I'm driving around and I'm grabbing surges, I'm doing this, you never see a request pop up. That's why I use Uber Pet. It's like, because if I left it on regular Uber, my phone will be blowing up the whole time. Trip radar, trips coming through, all this. And I'm just trying to get to this surge. And they might pull it because I'm declining all these rides on my way to it. Throw that shit on Uber Pet. Cruise for a while. Don't worry about your online time adding up. People, oh, well, you ain't been on Uber Pet for 30 minutes, man. I was like, yeah, I've been on Uber Pet for 30 minutes because when I picked up a surge, it took me 10 minutes to go get the surge, got the surge. Now I'm going to go use it over here now. And hopefully I get a really good ride. And sometimes I use that surge and bam, be like $6 a mile because I'd use that surge somewhere where it was smart. I'm like, you don't want to use that surge on something stupid. Tony Lee, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the $5 super chat for the algorithm and all the game you give. Brother, this is what we do, man. I appreciate that, Tony. Real shit, man. I appreciate it. Because I believe when I'm out driving and I'm doing it, I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm creating this content and I'm doing this shit because there's somebody out there that wants to be a more profitable driver, a better driver. So drivers tell me what to do. Jeff, on your reservations, you can save your surge. Drivers tell me that kind of stuff. So I do it and I put it in video and I broadcast it. And I give all drivers their credit. Like I tell motherfuckers, I learned this from somebody else. Just like when J777 hooked up Forerunner Forever with how to get off of UberX and get the Forerunner on Uber XL. Drivers are talking to each other on this channel, helping each other out, become more profitable drivers. Because if we ain't helping each other, we know the apps ain't helping us. We know that already. The apps ain't gonna be like, oh, you know what? You're not making enough money this week. Did you know that you could use Uber Pet to trap a sir? App ain't gonna tell you that shit. The app is gonna be like, keep doing whatever it is you're doing because we eating your ass alive. Greg says, I'm a high-speed machine polisher. The other side of my hustle aluminum or paint. Yeah. Get it. Uh-oh, Silver Fox, the FY, that Uber Pet don't work in LA. Why? Because everybody in LA is trying to take their pet somewhere. You turn on Uber Pet and pick up somebody with a poodle. Be like, God damn it, I was trying Uber Pet. Picked up a lady with 2 poodles, man. Damn. Yo, yeah. And Jennifer says, I passed one ride and Uber took my surge. I was like, them motherfuckers. You know what, Jennifer? Email me at uberjeepaz@gmail.com. Email me, Jennifer, uberjeepaz@gmail.com. I got something for you because that shit used to happen to me too. Trust me. You're going to love this. You're going to love it. And it's going to help you so much because somebody saw that happen to me on one of my videos. They was like, damn, Jeff, man. I was hot in the video. It was a $13 surge. They sent me a $23 ride. I had a $13 surge, $23 for 24 miles. And I had a $13 surge on it. I couldn't do that ride. It was 24 miles for $23. I couldn't even do it. So and when I lost that surge, motherfucker hit me up real quick. Jeff. Excuse me, I was like, Jeff, you did not have to lose that surge. Let me tell you what happens. And so now, instead of telling people on it online, and I don't broadcast it all everywhere like that because we're not that type of party over here. What I do is people email me and I go through my email later and I tell them exactly what was told to me because it works. It works. Like I'm here to help people make profits. I don't care if somebody makes $600 a day and I only make $200. I've never once said I was the best driver. Never will I say I'm the best driver. I'm the most amazing driver. I'm the smartest driver. Never. I think I'm the most learning driver. I'm willing to learn. I'm the most teachable driver. You could teach me new shit. Even though I've been driving for 4 or 5 years, you can teach me shit to help me make more money. But because I'm teachable, I can also teach somebody else. It's almost like people say, you can't be a great leader unless you've been a great follower. If you don't know how to follow, how can you lead people? So I've always been easy to teach. And people say, man, you are so easy to talk to. You so easy to teach you because people give me criticism and I take criticism very well. And I'm like, okay, cool. If it's constructive criticism, if it's destructive criticism and they're just trying to tear me down because they just want to feel better about themselves, then I go to fuck off on them because that's how I'm designed. But if it's constructive criticism, and I can see how they're constructing it to help build me in a way that I'm lacking in some way, they're help building me. I take that constructive criticism and I learn it and I can now teach it to somebody else. Because you can, what up, Borden AZ? And so I tell people, you can't be a good leader unless you're a good follower. And you can't be a good teacher unless you've been a good student. You can't be a horrible student, but say, I know how to teach people. You were a horrible student. So, I mean, you gave teachers hell. You fucked up other students' learning experience. You didn't even help other students learn so how can you be a good teacher if you were never a good student? I've always been a good student when it comes to rideshare. I've always sat back and I've listened and I've watched and I've seen how people move and seen what people say and I've tried it myself. If it makes sense, I'll try it. If it don't make sense, I'm like, we're going to critique it. We're going to sit down and we're going to analyze it. I'm like, well, that don't make sense because of what if you do this, this, and this? Oh, yeah, I never thought of that. And we trade information back and forth. And with the trade off of information, that's where you develop intelligence. Because if you just have information sitting somewhere, let's say I put information on the moon and nobody knows that information on the moon. The information is there, but the fact that you don't know it, you're not intelligent because you don't know the information. I have to take the information off of the moon and I have to give it to you. And now that you and I have the information, we're trading back and forth now. Now we become intelligent. So information can exist without intelligence, but intelligence cannot exist without information. It's not an inverse reaction. You can have information and it can sit on any planet you want to put that information on. But intelligence will only exist if that information makes it between both of us. And that's why I like the way this channel is set up. We create intelligent drivers. We trade information back and forth. Because I'm not one of them people going to withhold information from somebody, call myself a smart driver, call you a smart driver. But the whole time I'm withholding information from you. You can't be smart if I'm withholding information from you. You can't be smart because I got the information that you don't have. So I got to give you that information. Now you've learned it. You've tweaked it. You've talked back to me. And now we're trading information back and forth. What? I was quiet, but a horrible student. No, that's funny shit. My Uber pet just started showing up. No, see, there you go. There you go. Say shit. I still laugh at you when I see it. Yeah, the damn Uber pet. You got to use it, Nicole. You got it. Uber pet is that's the app killer. The Uber pet is the app killer. Because I'm like, and some people got the coffee cup. Uber pet because Android won't offer the coffee cup. That's right. Because some people say we got the coffee cup and I don't have that. So, because I got Android. So what I do is I turn around. Yeah, what Frank Doc said, my partner told me about the coffee cup and now it makes sense. I have an Android and they don't have Uber pet preference in New Orleans. Man. So what do you do, Doc? If you don't have Uber pet as a preference, what do you guys do to kind of pause the app for a second, to kind of stop getting requests, but to at least stay online so you can see the surge either appear or disappear? Because that's why I used to do airplane mode when I first started, but then every time I would turn airplane mode back off, the surge would disappear. So I would never see things in real time. Then I learned about Uber Pet. Everything is still processing in real time on Uber Pet. So I can be driving somewhere and I'll be like, oh man, Uber Pet disappeared. I can now change my path and go south. And I say, okay, the Uber Pet disappeared. I'm going south. Dare Felipe, Dade Felipe. Thanks for the info, Jay Watts. Hey, brother, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that super chat, brother. Dade Felipe. Thank you for all the info, man. This is what we do over here, brother. This is what we do over here. And Bordenaz said, this is a great community. I'm grateful you built it. Thanks, Jeff. Not teabag, all Bordenaz. And that's the thing. I think we all kind of sort of started bringing sticks and twigs to build this. Everybody was bringing in some concrete. People were bringing in, landscaping. Some people brought in, the flooring, and some people brought in the paint. We built this and we sat around and helped people come to a channel where they can go through videos. And I tell people the videos are cool. And I love it when people watch the videos, but the comments, if you look at some of the comments under the video, that's where you're going to find all of the information. There's real drivers on these channels in these comments. They're not just giving commentary about the video, not saying, oh, well, that's stupid. You guys are idiots. You guys are retarded. I mean, that's what people do on other channels. This channels, people will critique. Hey, man, when you was making that left turn, you could have actually got that 15 if you would have went right and you would have did this. I remember shit like that because now that's part of my new strategy now. We're like coaching each other as we're watching each other drive. But as we're reading the comments, we're learning from comments. And we're like, oh, man, I could do that, too. Let me try that. Juan be like, hey, man, Juan Vargas, he'll put like coordinates. Hey, man, try to sit here and here. He'll put the coordinates right there. And it's like everybody's just helping everybody out because we know when it comes time to pay a bill, I don't want to have to borrow from nobody. If anything I need to borrow from you is knowledge. That's all I need to borrow from you is knowledge. Just teach me how to fish. Like this hat, fishing people. I'd rather you teach me how to fish than sit there and give me fish. Teach me how to fish. So that way you don't got to keep coming to the lake with me. I can go to the lake by myself because you taught me something. And I want to go to the lake and see what I can catch now. And if I can catch 2 fish, instead of you giving me 1, I can catch 2. So now that I caught 2, I can go feed my family. You don't got to keep giving me 1 out of your bucket. That's what it is. You have to use team down here. All team. That's smart, Doc. That's smart. That's it, man. Pet and team, same thing. That's right, Rasha, Lisa. Community of real drivers. And a lot of people don't understand why we're not greedy, why we're not bragging over everybody. We don't brag on each other. Oh, I'll do better than you. I'm better than you. I drive better than you. You're not as smart as me. We're not. Those channels exist and we see them all the time, and we see all the fighting going back and forth and the hating going back and forth and the energy and just lack of, and we never became that. That's not what we wanted to be. And I see a lot of drivers come over here like, man, like when I met King James, same thing. He was like, man, these apps are killing me, man. I can't make a dime. Oh, because you don't know what you're doing, man. You dumb. You should just quit rideshare and go get you a W. I didn't come at him like that. I was like, dude, this is probably what you need to do. And we sat, we talked about it. He changed his game up. Frank Williams, my man. There you go. I got to bounce. I'm heading over to the car wash. Your tips on the app. Thank you, my man Frank. This is my man Frank down in Casa. And you know I'm always leaving Casa Ground rides for you. I never do Casa Ground rides because I don't know if you're in town sometimes. So when I see a Casa ride come up or I see something going to Sun Lakes, you'll see on my videos a lot of Sun Lakes rides. I kick those rides out because I'm thinking if you're in town, that could be your ride home. And it'd be some good money, man. It'd be like $30, $40. But I'm like, that's Frank's money right there. That's Frank's money. So I'm always looking out for you, brother. I'm always looking out for you, man. And it's like a lot of drivers be like, ooh, I ain't worried about no other drivers. I'm worried about me. No, we got to protect our people, man. Because like I said, Frank, he's one of them guys that comes up and he helps us when it gets heavy at the airport all the time, when it's crazy events and shit up here. He comes way from Casa Grande all the way up to here to help us out. So we should be leaving him rides to Sun Lakes, leave him rides back to Casa. We don't take them rides. I kick him out because I know if Frank's in town, he could be looking for a ride home. It'll find his way to him and he'll get it. He'll get his ride home. Man, he says, I appreciate that, brother. You're welcome to do my runs anytime. One of these days, I'm gonna take a daytime ride down to Casa and come down, just hang out. So I ain't got to drive that day. I might take the Jeep. Me and Frank gonna do some Jeep rides through Casa. Man, that's right, Kev. What up, Kev? Kev's in the building. That's my man, Big Horn Kevin. He's out here too. He's out here in Phoenix too. He says, take a man fishing, you'll feed him a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll never be hungry again. Facts. That right there. Because and that's why I love this channel, man. Because we're teaching people how not to be broke. The apps are gonna kick our ass all the time. The summer was rugged. Some night, even now, some nights are rugged. But it's teaching us how not to give up, how to let the apps, if they're going to run anybody down, it won't be us. They ain't not running us down. We're going to find a way. We're going to go through reservations. We're going to go through schedule rides. We're going to sit around in surge areas. We're going to use Uber Pet. We're doing everything in our arsenal to make sure we're getting the best rides we can possibly get that day. We ain't taking no crap rides. Jeff, you need an iPhone. I'm not smart enough for an iPhone. I'm still Android. Android is so simple. Android is for executives. My old boss used to tell me all the time, keep it simple, stupid. Android is the most simplest phone I ever had. Like you open it, there's a phone there. You touch the phone, it's making a phone call. Hey, I love Android. It's like a little message thing. It's like, hey, I can send a text message. You touch it, you can send a text message. I'm like, dude, Android is easy. It's made for people like me. It's like, man, one day I'll end up getting an iPhone for something. I don't know. I got one in the car. I think it's a 6S. I got a 6S. It was my son's old phone when he had. His mom bought him that phone a long time ago. So he's got an iPhone 12 by now. Who knows? But yeah, Android, man. What Dalton come up through with? Dalton came through. He says, hey, the wisest people on the planet understand that every person, every conversation, and every experience is an opportunity to learn and grow. Real shit. I believe that. And that, like I said, man, Dalton, people think I be joking in my videos, but people see me before. I talk to homeless people, man. I be getting sometimes like I had this big ass bag of dog food. It was some pedigree from the yellow bag. My dogs didn't like it. So what I did is I put like quart bags of dog food, that whole bag of pedigree. I made all these quart bags of dog food or gallon bags, whatever they were. And I would see homeless people with dogs and I give them each one of them big ass bags. And I sit and just chat with them. Ask them about their dog, ask them about their life, ask them about how shit is, man. And it's like, nobody ever thinks about them dogs all the time. Everybody's giving a homeless person, $1, $2, a hamburger, shit like that. But I gave him this big ass super bag of dog food when I would see somebody with a dog. I even parked. I parked at Walgreens one time and I walked all the way back across the street, the corner, holding the damn dog food bag. And I'm just sat with the dude on the side of the corner chatting with him and shit. I ain't got shit to do. I'm a gig worker. I work when I feel like it. But it helped me understand homelessness and how people can get to that point. Because like I said, I've been homeless before too. So I know all it takes is one bad decision, one bad choice, one bad day. I've been homeless a couple of times in my life. And I tell people, and even when I'm talking to people on the corner, I tell them, hey man, I used to sleep in my truck. I've slept at friends' house before. I've had to rent a couch before off of somebody. Man, I've done that shit. I say, but I never gave up. I never gave up. Now I bought a house, man. Now I own a house. I was just like you. I was homeless, man. I was sleeping. I had towels in my car so people couldn't look in my car and see me. I had towels in my windows. I'm sleeping. I had my sun visor in. I'm sleeping at the gas station so nobody mess with me. I've been through that shit, man. I've been through that. But I never gave up. And I came to the point where I eventually bought a house. And people say, well, how do you get to that point? You never stop. That's how you get there. You never give up. You don't let these haters beat on you. You don't let these haters be like, oh man, you this and that. You ain't it. You don't use all that shit as a fuel for what you need to get up the next day and do better than what you did the day before. And every day, like I said, some days I do horrible. I know I do horrible. And it's like, there's nothing I can do about that. The map is just completely gray. All shit rides are coming. I be getting a headache and shit. I'm sitting in the parking lot and I'm like, you know what? The money's just not there today, Jeff. It's too many drivers out. Otherwise, they be throwing surge out there. There's too many drivers out trying to make money right now. That's why nobody's making money right now. Too many of us are out. So somebody's got to go home. So I call it good. I go home. That's right, Darian, man. Knowledge is power and listening is key. Oh, man. I think actually, you know what's funny? I think that's on the back of this shirt. Hold up for a second. I don't know yet if that's on this shirt. Is it? See if that's on the shirt right there. I don't know what it says on the back of my own shirt because I be just putting shit on shirts, man. I be making shirts all the time. But I think what you said is on the back of my shirt. Knowledge is power. And I believe that, man. Like exactly what you said is what I believe. I believe when you give somebody knowledge, you give them the power to do something. Look at that. Made 300 on eBay. 210 in 8 hours. There you go. 300 on eBay. Hey, that's a good day, brother. That's a good day. I need to be on eBay selling some shit in my garage. Sell that big ass golf cart I got in there. Yeah. And like I said, man, if you can help somebody by giving them a level of intelligence or some information that you feel might help them as a driver, because there's too many drivers I see jumping. See, I knew it was something on the back of my shirt. I can't see it though, because when I made the shirt, I just put like what I had somewhere, and I knew I'm like, it's got to be knowledge is power. It can't be what I think it is. I just can't see on my back right now. Man, I'll be making some crazy shirts, and a lot of my shirts got the shit on the front. Then the next shirt will have it on the back, and then I'll mix two shirts together. I was like, dude, I have no idea what I'm doing sometimes. But it's funny that you said that. But there it is. Yeah. Says, dude, what does mine say? Sweet. Yeah, I like that. Clock the shopping pay 45 minutes, $18. Man. Hey, as long as you ain't drive a lot of miles, man, you good. You good. Didn't do a lot of miles. Frank says, I was raised on the west side of Phoenix's ghetto now. I graduated in 1979 and I know the valley well. Yeah, because there's a lot of areas out here. Dude, where's my car? So Jeff, told you invest in sports cars on eBay. That's right. That's right. My man Hojo. Did you look up Hojo's cards? It's HOJOS cards. Look up Hojo's cards. He should be on eBay too. That's my homeboy right there, man. You two are making money on that shit, man. Y'all making money on it. Yeah, but like I said, man, if so many channels out there, I can see people get on them. They'll get on these channels, and instead of them jumping in and trying to help somebody out, they like to jump in on these channels that they see people are struggling or having. Oh, you guys are just a bunch of losers, man. I just made, $1,000 in 2 days, man. You guys are losers. You guys need to quit. You need to drive what I drive. Get the car I got. Do what I do, because I don't like those kind of people, man, because those drivers probably got put in lockers and shit when they was in high school. They probably got put in fucking lockers. And now that they're older, they're thinking, I'm going to pay back the motherfuckers that push me in lockers. I'm going to go on YouTube and brag all day. And I'm going to sit on eBay and fucking Facebook and brag all day. You were the motherfuckers that put me in a locker in the gym. Guess what? I made $1,100. Like, nobody give a shit, man. You still tripping off high school, man. You still tripping off that shit. We're at a point where we want to help each other out. We're at that point in life where we want to turn around and give back to the community. We want to help people out around us because they've got children they got to take care of. They've got bills themselves. They got medical bills that they got to take care of. Medical bills that might be coming down the pipe. Automotive bills that they still paying on these bills. So what's so wrong with giving somebody information? What's so wrong with it? People, oh man, you be giving away too many secrets in rideshare. You're not going to make any money, Jeff. You be telling people too much. You be doing too much. I'm not doing that bad. I'm really not doing that bad. I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm not also like destitute right now. I'm way behind my goals, way behind, but I'm like, luckily I did well on goals last year. So this year my goals are falling short all the fucking time. But certain things are doing well, like the YouTube channel is doing well as far as like content and subs and all that goes. That's doing well. But my rideshare is struggling because the summer sucked. And now we just, with Lux disappearing, with them taking away Lux in April from me for a few months, I had no Lux rides. I was only strictly UberX and they weren't giving me no Lux rides. And all of a sudden Lux popped back up one day. I mean, it's been a crazy year for me, a real crazy year. They should have been cops then. You put me in the locker, you motherfucker. Yeah. Caesar back in the game, baby. Shit. And Bighorn Kev's like that. Yeah, man. I slept in a friend's garage. Great motivation not to give up on life. Now I'm living the good life, knowing not to take anything for granted again. Real shit, man. And that's what it is, man. We don't take nothing for granted because we've been to a point where we know the bottom. And I say a lot of these kids today, a lot of the kids that we raised, like even my son, like people wonder why I retired from corporate so early, why I had a good life in corporate. My sons would have been taken care of very well. Why did I choose, to quit corporate and to end up being homeless for a minute and all of this stuff and investing money into different things. Some things worked out, some things didn't, because I wanted to show my sons a real life. I want to show them consequence. I want to show them reality. And too many kids are so pampered right now. They don't even know fucking reality right now. They think everything is, well, today is my birthday. I need a $1,400 telephone for my birthday. Motherfucker, my phone costs $200 and I'm the one doing all the work. What do you mean a $1,400 phone? Well, everybody's got a $1,400 phone. So for my first car, I like a Mercedes CL, 350 with the dual exhaust for my first car. My first car was an 87 Caprice Classic that I bought off an old lady who wasn't driving the motherfucker. And then I had to paint it. And it's like, man, y'all don't understand what we went through to get to where we are. We had to go through trials, through real life to get to where it is. So I didn't want my sons growing up in that fake fantasy land that corporate was putting everybody through at the time. Everybody gets a fucking, BMW as their first car. Nobody has to drive a beater. Every pair of shoes costs $200. If you want the belt that everybody's got, here's $150 for the belt that everybody's got. That's not reality, man. That's a bunch of bullshit. And a lot of kids don't know how to work hard at it. Like, I can be broke and be okay because I've been broke and I've been okay. But a lot of kids, they go broke. They don't know how to do it. They be sitting there like, oh my God, I can't believe, I don't have, $300 for this party coming up. Only got $50 on me. That just means you got to go to a movie now. It don't mean you can't go to the $300 party that everybody's going to. You got to go to a movie. You got to adapt. And we've learned to adapt, especially over the summer. A lot of us have learned to adapt. 1983 Toyota Supra. Oh, that was a fast car. That 83 Supra was a fast car. Did it have the slots across the back window? I used to like them cars, man. The Supra with the slots on the back window. So have you ever bathed with Doc used this motherfucker, he is nuts. He said, you ever bathed with soap the size of a shirt? This motherfucker, man, that shit, he got a little motherfucker Tic Tac in his hand, rubbing his motherfucker. I gotta get clean today, dog. I gotta get clean. This motherfucker said, you ever bathed? That's some funny shit right there. That's funny, man. That's a real story. Hey, thank you, Bighorn Kev, man. First morning back in the valley. Made a C note, woke up 2 hours early because rider canceled. Listen to a video to get motivated. Thank you, Mr. Kev. I appreciate the super chat, brother. Appreciate that. And that's what it is sometimes, man. And that's why I like doing my lives during the daytime. Too many people do lives at night when they're done driving. Now, when you do it during the day, a lot of people are still out driving. They just need that extra push. And that's why we get a lot of drivers together, man. A lot of drivers that talk about our trials, how we got tested, how we overcame them, how we still trying to overcome them. That's why I like doing lives at these points in time, man. But yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you got that C note this morning. Bam, 2 hours early. There you go. Man, that shit, Iris Springs special. Hey, Doc is stupid, man. He is straight stupid. He said, you ever bathed with soap the size of a shirt? I had to walk up the hill both ways to school. And Bob said, you ever bathed with soap the size of a shirt? We had it rough. Shit's funny as hell. And then he put it back on the soap dish. He sit that motherfucker there for the next person. Hey man, I left the soap in there for you. That motherfucker put it on his fingers, like rubbing it on, like, God damn it. This motherfucker left this little ass thing of soap in here. My mom, she used to be mad at that shit when the soap get real thin, that it gets stuck down in the drain. You got to mush it and smush it down in there, man. My mom used to hate that shit. It was like, yep, that was how we grew up, though. We grew up with that, man. The soap. And then when the soap get real mushy and it's still in the soap dish, so you get that shit like it's butter. You like put your hand in it like this and you rub it because it's all mushy in the soap dish. But that's all the soap you got. You don't have no more soap. And it's like, dude, so you gotta, and you don't take all of it because you know somebody gotta bathe. So you just right around the edges of the soap dish. You get as much as you need from the edge, and you like rub it on yourself and shit. Dude, that's old school broke right there. And motherfuckers don't get it, man. They don't get it. We been there, man. We been there. That's why shit don't bother me sometimes, man. We been there. We remember that shit, man. Tuber driver, we get everything out of our soap. Well, John Pierre says, please read this. I'm an Avis Electric user. You can't get Uber Pet on your app, even if you sign up for it. So you have to use Electric Comfort to get the same result. Thank you for the strategy. There you go. So if you have an EV, you don't get Uber Pet. You have to get Electric Comfort. All right, bet. And see, and so I guess with Electric Comfort, what John Pierre is saying with Electric Comfort, you don't get all those requests just flooding your phone all the time. You get a breather for a second, and you can kind of cruise around on that breather, snag a surge, sit down for a minute, wait till a good ride come, then go back. When you think you're in a good area to use that surge, now go back to regular Comfort, and bam, there you go. So there you go, John Pierre. Hey, a lot of people need to know stuff like that. They need to know stuff like that because they're like, man, I don't got Uber Pet. How can I do it? I drive a Tesla. I got an EV. Electric Comfort. That's your trick right there. She just said it. EV gets Uber Pet. Well, she said she's got the Avis electric vehicle. So Avis may not want it because, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dalton. Yeah, it's not rentals. That's it. So when she said she had the Avis electric rental, they don't want pets in their cars a lot. So which is cracking me up because Uber want to throw pets in people's private cars, but not in these rentals. See, that's funny because you got to take a service dog. It's like, man, no, I'm not doing that. You got to take Uber Pet. No, I'm not doing that. No, Dalton says sitting on a $12 Paw Patrol as we speak. Brother, I got a funny feeling you're going to get a $4 ride for $3. $15 you're going to get for 3 miles. You're about to get $5 a mile. I'm going to call that right now. $5 a mile is what you're about to get on that ride because they're going to have to add at least $3-4 to that, and you only going 3 miles. And it's going to be somebody from a grocery store wanting to go home. Quick $15, that quick. I love them rides, man. I love them rides like that, dude. High surge, real short trip. And it'd be like quick shit, like somebody like getting on. Like last time I picked the lady up off of work on Lux, picked her up downtown Chandler, and basically just took her right down Chandler Boulevard. It was like right around the corner. Dude, I love them kind of rides, man. I remember when I first started, I was like, ooh, I need long rides. Because I thought that's what the money was. I didn't understand rideshare. And I was doing long rides. I was not getting my quests because my quest was timing me out because I was doing too many nature hikes. I was doing all these nature hikes, wondering why am I always 4 rides short, 3 rides short? Short rides was the trick. And I never realized it because, like I said, all the channels that were out were telling people the wrong shit. They weren't telling people how to really drive rideshare. Look at that, $15 1 mile. That's what I'm talking about, Mike. That's what I'm talking about. Dalton said yesterday he got $24 for 3.8 miles. Man, that's what it is. Focus, hope, powder egg. That's it. Powdered eggs. Yeah, man. And I tell people all the time, man, if you can get them $24, $20, and you can keep everything under 6 miles. Imagine if you did, like, let's say if you can do 20 rides a day, 20 rides, and each one of them is under 6 miles. You're only doing 120 miles. That's a quarter of a tank of gas to me. 120 is a quarter tank of gas. That's it. So using a quarter tank of gas a day, every day, a quarter tank. But if you can make each one of those 20 rides at least $15, that's your $300 right there. $300 and you only drove like what, 120 miles. $300 for a quarter tank can lead to $1,200 for a full tank. That's $1,200 for a full tank of gas. And I'm just trying to get $1,000 for a full tank. Somebody else up in the top, they got $1,100 on the full tank. Man, it's possible. I'm telling you, man, you can get $1,000 out of a full tank, but it's going to take the right choices, discipline, good event, good surge. some good tips that you coming in with, man, it's like, man, I don't know. I think it's possible. And I'll probably do it maybe twice in my life. I think I can do it twice in my life. Get $1,000 for a full tank again, because it's hard, man. I've gotten 700, I've gotten 8. 1,000 is not easy, but I like to push myself to that point. I would like to push myself to mentally say, you have to do this, and it forces me to make certain decisions. Because if I'm just aimless at the line, I just want to be busy. Oh, rides here, I'll take it. Bling. I just hit the fucking button. Okay, that's 23 miles for $9. Cool. At least I'm making $9. Then next ride pop up. I'll take it. Bling. Oh man, 42 miles for $30. Well, at least I'm driving. No, I don't want to do that. That's lazy minded. I want to analyze this shit. I'll be like, you know what? $24, 4 miles. Let's go. Boop. Like Dalton said, $24, 3.8 miles. That's the shit I'm on. I said 4 miles. It's funny because as soon as I said it, I remembered your comment said 24. But that's the kind of rides I look for. $24, 4 miles. That's what I'm looking for all the time. 4 or 5 miles, $24. Because you get $19, you get a $5 tip. Bam, you good. That's your $24 right there every time. Or you get the 19, you get a $5 surge. There you go. And you only need 4 of those rides. For every 4 of those rides, you get $100. So if you do 4 rides, you're making $100. You do 8 rides, you're at $200, and you only did 8 rides a day. 8 rides times 4 is 32 miles. You only did 32 miles, and you made $200 in a day driving 32 miles. It's possible, man. It's possible. But you just got to be disciplined. That's the only trick to it. You got to be disciplined enough to say, all right, how do I make this money the smart way? I'm going to be outside, but I'm going to be sitting at the gas station. I'm going to go hang out at the gas station, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to scout rides all day and see what's good coming down the pipe. Something good come down the pipe, take it. As soon as you drop them off, go around the corner, sit at a doctor's office parking lot. If that's the only thing around, just sit in the doctor's office. Cool. Leave the doctor's office, pick somebody up. Sit at another gas station, hang out for a minute. Yeah, go charge it. That's right, man. Go charge it. Because you got all these charger stations. Go charge your shit while you waiting on your next ride. Might as well just charge it up. If you're down to 70%, charge it back up to 90. You ain't doing shit else anyways but scouting rides. Just go charge while you scouting. And like I said, you might as well make good use of that time. Instead of trying to charge during a busy time, just charge while you scouting rides. Go pull up to a Tesla charger, kick back an EV charger, and just go start going through the app. See a bunch of 50 cent a mile rides. Nope. $1 a mile. Nope. Garbage reservations. Be like a 20-mile reservation for $27. Nope. Don't want that one either. Go through your whole app. Go through everything. Because there's money out there, but you got to find it. They ain't gonna just come give it to you. You got to find it. You got to scout for that shit. And it's out there. It's out there. What Darian say? I did a $32 ride for 2 miles after tip. Maximize on the surge. Man, how does that shit feel, man? How does it feel when you get that? When you see that 2 miles on your screen and that $32 above it? That's way better than seeing $32 for 30 miles. That shit makes your heart jump. $32 in 2 miles. It makes your heart stop, man. That shit, I love rides like that. Because I don't just look at the dollar, man. I'm looking at the profit margins on it. The profits make me happy. That shit makes me happy, man. And when I see people doing it, it makes me happy because you're not really beating yourself up. You're not beating your car up and you're making good money. That shit make me happy, man. What Dalton says, Jeff, wait till you're getting $400 a night in 5 hours in that Model S with no gas costs. Bet you can find a place nearby to place to park it for free. But bet you can find a place nearby to find a park it for free. Yeah. Because like I said, I know with that Model S, even with Juan, you know what I'm saying? He charges his at home overnight. So he's out driving normally. He ain't spending no money. He's just making money. All night, he just making money. Yeah. What G-Saw said, I got Hertz rental for Uber and Uber Pet doesn't work either in LA. So I'll try EV Comfort. Thank you. Yeah, G-Sauce, try that. Yep. And like I said, that's what the chat is about, man. It's about educating each other and finding different strategies so we can help people make more money. Because the apps are out there stacking all the little algorithmic shit against us to make sure that we're taking all these garbage rides. Man, try that EV Comfort. Try that. Because like I said, John Pierre, she just said it. She does EV Comfort. So hopefully anybody who listens to this live or whatever, they know in the chat, somebody gave you a strategy. They gave you a way that you can kind of go out there and trap some surge, go surge hunting for a little bit. Because I'll be fishing for surge, man. If I open the app and it's all gray, I'll turn it off for a couple of minutes and I'll turn it back on to see if anything changes. If nothing changes, then it's just dead. But I'm like, sometimes I'll turn it back on and a surge will pop up nearby. I'm like, oh shit, it's like $5 right down the street. Yeah. This is Nicole said, Hertz don't want them animals in their car. Yep. Like, they like, no, I ain't putting no animal in my car. But yet Uber be like, you got to put an animal in your car. Nah, forget that, man. Forget that. Yep, I don't pay a dime for charge. It's just beautiful. That's right, dog. You just plug it up at home and call it good, man. Call it. Be sitting there. Hey, Doughboy said, I used to think long trips was the standard of making money. I used to pass up $5 rides on my screen, not paying attention to the fact it only for 1.2 miles. Doughboy used to be a yeast boy then. Doughboy was yeast boy. You had to grow. You had to let the yeast rise up. Now I'm Doughboy. What's up? Let that yeast rise, baby. That yeast had to rise, man. Shit, I'm Doughboy now. I ain't yeast boy no more. Just find a free charger. My bad. Yeah, but that was, man, I remember I used to do that too, man. All these little short hops, man. I used to pass up so many short hops before I knew. Because like I said, no channel was really discussing profitability of rideshare. They was only talking about drive. Get in your car at 4 o'clock in the morning and drive to the ding out. Do this and do that. Drive till your clock runs out. And then see how much you got. Look at that. You made $250 in 12 hours. That's amazing. No, it's fucking garbage because there's people doing that shit like in 4 or 5 hours now. It's like, because they're taking those short hops. They ain't using no gas. They're using a quarter of a tank to a half a tank a day. Tops. Driving between 8 to 10 hours. Banking $400 a day in 8 to 10 hours. That's crazy. And that's not even driving 8 to 10 hours. That's just being online, sitting at a damn, Starbucks, scouting the area, seeing what's in this area. It's like, all right, I'm going to sit at the Starbucks, see if surge pop up. Turn my phone off. Sit there, start drinking, kicking back. All right, turn the phone on. Nope, ain't no surge. Turn the phone back off again. Go to the other app. Turn the phone on. Oh, shit, surge right down the street. Go down and get Lyft surge real quick. Drive them. Get to a new area. Turn Uber back on. See if surge. I mean, it becomes like that. And when I used to drive Uber, I'll start the app in my driveway because I didn't know. I was looking at channels on YouTube. So I would get a ride. Oh, look at this. $7 for 13 miles. Woo, I'm already on the clock. I'd fucking take it. Drive somewhere. Next ride, $10, 21 miles. Oh, man, I'm already at $17 in the first hour. This is crazy. Fucking $17 an hour. I was like, oh, my God, I'm banking. This shit's amazing. Meanwhile, I just dumped like fucking $5 in gas. So I'm really making like goddamn like $12 an hour. It's like, man, them channels were not educating people. They were just telling people the most basic shit. And now that we're like, really digging into it, analyzing what we're doing, there's people out here, man, making 50, 60 an hour. Crazy. And it's on UberX and basic Lyft. People out here making $50, $60 an hour. And I remember when people used to argue all the time, we deserve $1 a mile. We deserve at least $1 a mile. I'm like, these motherfuckers must have been industry plants because that $1 a mile mantra was like heavy. People, we deserve at least $1 a mile. I'm like, what? I'm like, that ain't no. I'm like, these are industry plants. These ain't even real drivers. I think these are people with YouTube accounts fucking with us. They're like inside rideshare channels fucking with us, telling us $1 a mile is good. Man, that's right, Mr. Gambit, man. Short, fat cherry's the best unless you get at least $3 per mile long run. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it, Mr. Gambit. And I tell people, man, the money is out there, but it's not always going to be out there. So you got to get it when it's getting. And that's why I be telling Juan, whenever it's an event, I shoot Juan a text message. I got to add some more people to the text, but I shoot Juan a text. I shoot, King James, Frank, and I tell everybody, hey, there's a concert going on. There's surge about to drop pretty soon. There's a lot of cars here, a lot of drivers here. Always send shit out to them to make sure they get to the area if they're in the area. If they're too far, they might miss it. Like I was too far from the baseball game after my first ride out of there. I couldn't go back to the baseball game. I was too far out. But we do what we can do to get our drivers to the area where we know you can make some money here, dude. There's like tons of people outside right now. Tons of people. You can get money here. And hopefully, oh, dude, I'll just send it this motherfucking quick trip. I ain't doing shit. I'll be right there. And that's how we help people out, man. We always looking to help people out because with the rideshare community, most people out here, they want to compete with each other. Oh, I'm better than you, so I ain't telling you my secret. I'm better than you, so I ain't telling you my secret. This motherfucker might be getting ready to go through an eviction. Help him out. Show him where the money is so he don't get evicted. His kids love the school here. His kids got friends in the community here, up and down the street. Don't let this dude get evicted all because you want to brag on motherfucking YouTube. Help these people out. Help them out. It's like, man, like Bighorn Kev said that most channels tell you how mad you should be. Jeff's live streaming videos how happy you could be making profits and keeping that bottom line low. That's right, brother. That's right, man. And I'll be going up on the apps because the apps know when they getting on my last nerve with they crazy shit. Oh, I'll be going, man. I'll be going. And I'll let them know. And I'll let people know this is the kind of, energy that any job will give you. That's why you got grievances you can file at your W-2. You can file a grievance. You can file something with HR. You can do that shit at a W-2. We choose to do it online with each other because we're all connected through online. And so we sit here and we chat and we go back and forth and we kind of, release some tension, but we figure out how to do it. Like I said, people are upset. I can't get fucking Uber Pet, man. I got a goddamn Avis car. I want to do this Uber Pet so bad. Someone said, hey, you know what? You can actually do EV Comfort. What? Yeah. You just solved my problem then. That's what this channel is about. Talk about your grievances. Talk about what makes you upset about how you can't make the money. What issues, what problems and shit you having. Because I guarantee that somebody in the chat got a solution for your ass. What Quimbo says that I time the surge rotation in my area. It changes every 2 minutes. Also, the surge in your area changes every 2 minutes. See, that's why I be doing that shit, man. I'll turn my phone off and then I'll turn it back on and it surge like right there. I'm like, where did it come from? Ain't nothing changed. And I think you're right, man. Kunde, it changes every few minutes. Like the surge will switch on you. And I don't know why. I just kind of figured it out. And I don't know why. I never timed it or nothing. But I'm like, every time I would turn the app off and I'd sit somewhere for a minute and turn it back on, there's surge all of a sudden right around the corner. So just like Kundwe said, it changes every 2 minutes in his region. So you might want to start looking in your region, just kind of getting a stopwatch or something, or looking at the clock saying, okay, it's 10 o'clock now, there's no surge, and kind of turn your app off, turn it back on in a minute or two, see if it changes. See if you can kind of get how these apps are timing these surges, because it might just be like an algorithmic change. Like, hey, we want so many drivers in this area every 30 minutes. So throw a surge up every 30 minutes right there. And it might be at, 4:14, then again at 4:44, then again at, 5:24. They just keep throwing it up there every 30 minutes just to fuck people up. Oh no, I didn't do the Guns N' Roses last night, man. I was way down in Gilbert. I was downtown for a minute at the game, but I got a ride out of there. Then I got an airport run. Then it took me down to Gilbert. So I was down in Chandler, Gilbert last night. It wasn't too bad though. Actually, it was not too bad. I mean, I got video and stuff. I got to finish the other half of it. So I'm sitting there and I'm going through the video trying to explain like how I'm making money. And I swear the whole video is like that. I was in an area where there were no drivers. So I'm trying to explain like my last ride in the money, and a Lux would pop up and I'd have to take it. Like right on the screen, Lux would pop up. And I'm like, damn, that's a good Lux. Let me take it. I'll get back to you guys in a second. It was because all the drivers were probably at the Guns N' Roses and probably downtown at the concert. So I'm sitting down in Chandler and Gilbert just getting rides thrown at me. Like, dude, take this person, take this person. I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. Man. Oh, Forerunner Forever's in the building. We was just talking about you earlier, man, with the Uber X, Uber XL. Yeah, on Uber, you can't see live surges. It refreshes after you log back in. On Lyft, you can see live bonus zones even if logged out. Oh, okay. And I kind of felt that because it won't only work on Uber. I like log out, then I log back in, and then with those surge like right around the corner. And I'm like, dude, it's one sitting right there. And I had to jump up, run to the car real quick. Because when I get out of my car and I'm chilling, I'm at Circle K somewhere else. I'm sitting at the gas station. I'm just sitting at the gas. I'm just chilling. I'm like sitting there swinging my feet and shit on the motherfucking steps. I'm sitting on walls, thumping bugs and shit like that in the middle of the night. And it's like, oh shit, a ride just popped up. I hear my phone go bling, 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 bling. I'm like, oh shit, a ride. But it's like, that's sometimes, I got to get out of my car. I can't just sit in that seat all day, every day. I got to get out. I got to walk, especially now it's nice outside. So I'm walking around the parking lot. I'm, chatting. I'm taking pictures. I'm just doing fun shit, just enjoying my night. You know what I'm saying? Until the money comes. I'm just enjoying my night till the money comes. That's it. When the money hits, now we work. If the money ain't hitting, like I said, usually I park by a bar area and they got live bands playing. They got music and shit. So I'll be talking to people as they walking by. Oh, man, that's a nice car, man. We just kind of chatting everything, hanging out. Next thing you know, a ride will come through. Oh, man, I got to get going. Oh, bro, all right, man, you be safe out there. You too, man. Y'all enjoy y'all night. So I'm just out. When we work as rideshare and gig workers, we're talking to people. We're just hanging out with people. We ain't always in the car seat going nonstop. We be out chatting, walking around and shit, asking who's playing, what band is in there. And we do everything, man. And that's why I tell people online time don't always mean we're working. We're just online. That's what it means. It means we're available to drive if they willing to pay. If you ain't willing to pay, then I'm not working. That's just how it is. I go off of drive time. If I ain't driving, I ain't working. it's like Uber was playing with the surge today. Tardy TV says, when you do tax, how much do you pay back? Well, it depends. Everybody's taxes are different though. Because Tardy, you got to look at everybody's, not only their gross income, but you got to look at their net income. Everybody's net income is different based on whether they're paying for a car, doing a rental, they're paying for gas, what all they're working into their taxes. This is not employment taxes. These are personal. These are like business taxes. Everybody's business tax is different than personal tax. When you go get a job at a W-2, and if everybody's saying they apply for the exact same amount of standard deductions, they're going to have the exact same amount put out of their check. Those two people's checks is going to look exactly the same every week. So based on how they're doing employment taxes, they're going to get the same amount of money back at the end of the year because of what they paid in, what thresholds they passed, what standard deductions they used. So when you're an independent business, the sky's the limit. You could pay back a lot in taxes if you don't have a good tax person, or you could pay back nothing in taxes like millionaires and billionaires, because if you got enough write-offs to pay, you create a loss. If you create a loss, you don't have any taxes. You don't pay taxes on negative income. You have to have net income in order to pay a tax. But in order to pay tax on net income, you have to pass a certain threshold. Now, your tax accountant will tell you all of this shit. Me on YouTube, I don't do tax for people on YouTube because I want to be known. Well, Jeff told me. Nope, I didn't tell you shit. I just told you how taxes work. You only pay taxes on net income after a certain threshold. If you have a net loss, you don't pay taxes at all. You generate either losses or gains based on how much income you do. So if you have enough expenses that exceed all your gross revenues, or it gets you down low enough, you probably won't have to pay taxes. That's just how it is. So everybody's is going to be different. Everybody's will be different. And that's why a lot of times when I see YouTubers or people on YouTube talking about taxes or whatever, I just log off, because so many people they don't understand. It's not the same for everybody. Taxes are not the same. If you're an employee, that's one thing. If you're an employee, you have the same amount of standard deductions of everybody else, and everybody's paying the same tax. You're in the same state, so you have the same state taxes, same FICA, same all that shit, Social Security, Medicare. Then you're going to have the same check, and you're going to have the exact same result at the end of the year. But we're all in so many different regions. We drive different cars. We do different things. A tax discussion is like pointless. It's really pointless because everybody's shit's going to be different. You have to talk to the people who do your taxes for you, and they will tell you, based on what you're telling me and what you got, what receipts you got, what state you live in, what tax you got, this is what we can do for you. They'll tell you that. Somebody on YouTube ain't gonna be able to tell. Somebody on YouTube will fuck you up and have your ass like, man, Jeff, you told me this and that. I end up paying like $3,000. I had no idea I can get back X amount. You listen to people on YouTube. Don't do that. It's like shit. Nicole said Uber Pet is in busy status right now. You know why? I think Uber is figuring out what we're doing, because I started seeing busy on Uber Pet a lot on mine now. They're trying to make us scared to use it. Like, put busy on that shit. Yeah, Kundwe, yeah, S Corp all the way. They pay you taxes. And Tardy, what I want you to do, what Kunda just said, look up S Corp. Just look up an S Corp and look at the confines of an S Corp. Guaranteed it might be something that fits what you probably want to do with your financial planning. Because if you go through what an S Corp does, a C Corp and all that stuff, you're going to see something that you might like, and you may say, ooh, I want to investigate this a little deeper. So that's a good direction. Like Umdweke, what do you say? Kundwe, my bad. Kundwe, he just told you a good direction to look into as far as taxes go. So I would start with checking out an S Corp, seeing if it fits something that you want to do. And if it's something you want to do, definitely go down that path. And you might end up being like, man, I'm so glad I got on that chat that day. Man, I had no idea. I went on this thing about an S Corp. I researched it all. I talked to my tax accountant about it. Shit made sense. Made sense. No, say only Jeff would figure out a way to say my name. Kundwe. Hey, you know what? I got a lot of friends from a lot of different countries because I lived in Vegas and everything, man. And a lot of people, like, it's funny because like I have people that have Spanish and everything too. They like Americans are scared to pronounce somebody's name how it should be pronounced. Like they want to read it like it's English. It's like, but it's not an English name. It's an African name. You have to say Kundwe. Is a wait a minute. Kundwe Waikambo. Is that it? Is it Kunde Waikambo? I don't know if that's, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Waikambo. Say Kundwe Waikambo. He's like, yep, that's my name. I don't know about the surge, yeah. All those pets need rides. I don't know, Lisa. I don't know. We ain't trying to do that. We not trying to do that. It was like, man, wait, what? Jesse said Uber Pet paid me good as a 2 rides, $67 in 1 hour. Wait a minute. So you did a Uber, did they actually have dogs or cats with them? Did they actually have pets, or you just happened to pick up people who was using Uber Pet? They really had pets. Do you have something to cover your seats up? Kundwe, thanks, brother. He says, you got the name good, bro. Kundwe Waikambo. That's his name. Kundwe Waikambo. And like, I'm a person that my sons have different names like Jersey, Dev, whatever. But I love reading like names from other countries and stuff like that. Especially like I look at a lot of Korean movies. I look at a lot of Russian movies, Ukrainian movies. I look at a lot of movies from overseas a lot. And so me seeing like all of the names that people have and stuff like that, it's interesting, man. Because like I said, we're in America where mainly everything is English. And after a certain point in time, you get accustomed to speaking English words when this world has so many languages. Go through a translator, like a website. There's a gazillion languages. Very interesting. And to me, I like that because it's almost like putting new information into a computer. Like you're giving myself a language patch. And it's like, ooh, I don't just want English. I want like Ukrainian. I want Thai. I want Turkish. I want Arabian. I want Armenian. I want Bangla. I want something, Somali, Afrikaans, Zulu. I want a totally different language to use other than just English. Like, give me something different. And it's like a lot of people get stuck on English and they never see the amazing ways, like some of the letters, some of the words, even the way that they write their letters is like, it's art, man. English can be art. Language can be art. And you start looking at how they write their words and how they draw things and how some stuff is read. And we read from left to right. They read right to left or top to bottom and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, man. It's cool. And maybe I'm just, just one of those universal people that just, I don't think that I'm trapped. I'm like energy. I'm just trapped in this body right here. But I want to know so much. I would really like to know a lot. And so I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy sharing information with people. I enjoy them sharing information back because I would like to know a lot. I don't think I know enough. And there's way too much on this planet for me to know, for me to think that I know a lot. And that's why you've never heard me say, yeah, I'm a rideshare expert. I hear people say, I'm a rideshare expert. I'm not an expert. I'm really not. I'm just a driver. I've been a driver. I'll always be a driver because I'm always learning. There's nothing that I don't know a lot of. I would like to know a lot. So I'm always learning. I'm always willing to learn shit. And I think that makes it easier for me to talk to other people because I know I'm an equivalent to just human. I'm just an equivalent to being a human. An expert can sometimes be condescending and talk down to people because they think, well, I know this and that, and I'm such an expert, and you should view me as an expert. And because I'm an expert and because I'm up here and you're down here, I have to speak to you like this, and you got to look up to me. See, I don't like that shit, man. I don't like that. I'm just, you know what? You may know some most amazing shit. I don't know. You're a shell. And when you see a person, you see a shell right there. You don't know what's inside of that person until you sit down and start chatting with them. You might find out this motherfucker's a neuroscientist. You don't even know. You just say, man, I just know you drive around in a Toyota Camry and shit. You do short trips and this and that. You sit down and talk to him. Yeah, man, I used to be a NASA engineer for like years, but I retired because it was just like mental burnout. You be like, holy shit, you're like a rocket scientist. Like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm a rocket scientist. I work for NASA. You don't know. People are just a shell. These bodies are our shell. The skin color, the mustaches, all the shit, shell. Men, women, I talk to everybody because you have no idea the information that's inside of that person until you sit down and chat with them. Yeah, Silver Fox, this is you're like me. Real shit, man, real shit. That's what I do, man. I just love to talk to people because you never know what you can get out of them. You might be like, dude, I never thought of that, dude. That's the smartest shit ever. I'm like, dude, I like that. What Jesse say? I had one cat in a small cage and the other had a small dog. I ended up taking towels. Man, you got easy. Because I remember when I had the Jeep, man, motherfuckers be having big ass pit bulls and shit jumping in the back. But luckily the Jeep can take that kind of shit. But I was like, man, I was like, only you would get a cat in the cage. Me, I get a motherfucking big ass St. Bernard slobbering all over people and shit, licking me in the back of the head while I'm driving. You get a cat in the cage. $67. I'm like, man, I got 15 for this motherfucking, I got to clean out dog hair and shit. This motherfucker Jesse walking with a cat cage, $67. I'm like, you motherfucker, I got set up with the pet. I don't do Uber Pet. That shit set me up. Kundwe, he said, Jeff, you could easily help the group with their books as a side gig. You're more real than most people with accounting background out there. Hey, real shit, Kundwe, man. And that's one thing I tell people all the time. I used to be paid by corporate America to do this, and it would suck. It would suck. I was talking to Nicole about this, North in the Valley. I was talking to her about this. I mean, sometimes it would take me a whole week to generate a report. And somebody will read that report in 15 minutes, and that's all they want to see of it. It would take me like 5 days to generate this report. And somebody would take it to a meeting, read it for 15 minutes, and never look at it ever again. That shit used to irritate the hell out of me. I'm like, dude, I just gave you 5 days of my life compiling numbers, researching, going through shit, going through trend analysis, and you read that shit for 15 minutes and y'all never look at it ever again? Corporate sucked, man. That was a waste of my time. Shit was a waste of my time. But so when I sit down and I talk to everybody like drivers and stuff, I try to give them my accounting mentality and what I used to do for a living to help them like kind of analyze the choices of business. So, and just like you said, to help people with their books, I think the easiest way for me to do is I like, saying how much gas I use in a day. Because that's my expense. I can go through, a quarter of a tank is going to run me about $15 for every quarter of a tank. So if I can make about $120, with that quarter, that's kind of how I do my books right there. Quarter of a tank at a time, quarter of a tank at a time. Now, if I go driving and I do some personal shit and I burn some gas, then my quarter starts somewhere else the next time. So, okay, now my quarter starts from here under the line to now I got to go under this line. But it's almost like I do mental books all the time. And I never stop doing numbers because it makes more sense. Because if you just keep filling up all the time, you never know how much you burning. You don't know your profit margins. You don't know how much you putting in. You look at your bank account, you wondering why the balance is going down. You're like, man, I'm working, but my balance is going down because the profits aren't being retained in your bank account. The profits are being used to cover all the shit you spending. So you've got to balance that profit. You got to say, I need profits of this high to at least cover the expenses of this low. And that gap is what you're going to see sitting in your bank account still. Yeah, Silver Fox, Jeff, if you were an enrolled agent, your accounting and Uber background would help. An enrolled agent? What's an enrolled agent? I don't know what that is. I don't know. Like, driver, kind of disappointed you didn't put those tires on your BMW, man. What? I didn't put those tires on my bed. I couldn't use them, man. I couldn't use them big ass tires. Them big old Jeep tires, man. I don't know. I be done ate my fender up. People can't open the door. The doors can't open. man. That's funny shit. I'm kind of disappointed you put these big ass tires, the big ass fucking mud power tires and shit. It's like, dude, you left your whole like fender down the street. What that man? Tires has chewed that motherfucker up. Your fender is down on 48th Street, man. You got to turn around and go get that. Yeah. What Kev said, I like to ask people how to say their name just so I can personally thank them when they're done with the ride. Plus, I get a lot of duplicate riders then, so I know how to greet them the next time. Yep. And it's funny because, like I said, I like when I ask people's name, especially when they get in the car. And even though I see it, I'm like, hey, Sheila, how are you doing? They go, hey, Jeff. See, I like to say people's name because if you just say, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine, this and that. You kind of lose that person's name and they lose your name. Because a lot of times people are like, what's your name again? They'll ask that shit. What's your name again? Even though they've been waiting on you, looking for you for the past 30 minutes, seeing your name is Jeff the whole time. When you get there, what's your name? Like, motherfucker, who do you think I am? Kevin. God damn it, I'm Jeff. Get the fuck in. Let's go. Quit playing with me and shit. Yeah, I know you fucking Sheila. Let's go, Sheila. Stop playing. I'm just saying. I'm like, how many motherfuckers with a goddamn orange BMW with the exact same license plate that look just like the picture on your phone is going to be not named Jeff? It's like, what's the chance of that shit happening? Me not being Jeff. That's what you need to be worried about. Like, this motherfucker pulled up. His name was Tyrone. Motherfucker looked just like Jeff, though. Like, yeah, right. In the same car and the same license plate, but he was Tyrone. Like, what's the fucking chance of that happening? Slim to none. I'm Jeff. Let's roll. Man. Oh, Kundwe says, is it me? Is it just me? Or are you noticing more broken cars on the roads? Bruh, bumpers missing. The front bumper's like hanging, like it's not attached all the way. Man, I think you onto something, man, because I see that shit a lot. I see it a lot. I be like, man, this whole bump, like the whole bottom half of the bumper is gone. And all you see is like the little rails and stuff in the back and everything. The front bumper is like pushed like back and up. So the tips are sticking up past the damn line, the car line, scratches all down the side of the car. I saw a nice car yesterday, nice. And it was the whole back end from the back passenger door all the way past the tire. She must have hit like a little small retaining wall or something like that, because that shit was scratched the whole way down. I'm like, man, that car is nice. That shit would break my heart to walk out and see that shit, my car look like that. That would break I wouldn't even be able to drive it. I wouldn't. I'd have to spray paint that motherfucker or something. I'd do something. I'm not driving my car like that. Yeah, and it's like Mad Max out here. Real shit, man. And then I saw a Jeep yesterday. Nice Jeep, nicer than mine. The motherfucker had cardboard in the back window, like somebody tried to bust out the back window. So they had a big ass piece of cardboard back there. And I was like, man, it's rough out here, man. It's rough. It's rough. These cars are getting torn up. Every time I go somewhere, I turn, and if I see a lot of damaged cars, yeah, this ain't my area, man. I gotta go. I gotta ride. And then when I'm dropping people off at their homes, check this out, Kundwe. When I'm dropping people off at their homes, tell me or not, is there always like up and down the whole street? It's a lot of cars covered in dust, spider webs, leaves. One of the tires are flat, like all the way down the street. Everybody's got one of those in their driveway. I'm like, does everybody just buy broken cars? Like, did you buy a piece of shit and just park it there? It's like spider webs, dust, leaves, motherfucking cat laying on the top of it. I'm like, man, that could be a really nice car. What is, man? Nah, that car don't run. That's a nice ass Chrysler 300, man. That's a nice Honda, you know. It'd be trucks, tire be flat. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, everybody's got a broken down car in their driveway. What, am I missing something? Like, everybody's got a spare broken down car. You don't got one? Like, no, man, I never got no. I didn't get the memo. Go buy you a broken down car and put that shit in your driveway. It makes it look like somebody's always home. Like in that car, of course somebody's always home. They ain't going nowhere. What Doc said, no, y'all not knowing that's the new hustle. Get the insurance money and don't get it fixed. They think they're going to flip it, but the plan goes sour. I know it. They think they're going to flip it. I'm just going to flip it. Hold that 3,500. They keep the 3,500 and they still driving that motherfucker a year later. Like, ain't nobody buying it. Bumper gone. Still, man. Tuber driver, Mad Max is our training video, man, real shit. But like I said, I don't understand why people do that. Like, they just have these cars, like, and it's every neighborhood I go into, man. I'll be just like, what is the deal with? I'm like, just get rid of the car. Wash it at least. Wash the motherfucker. Make it look like a nice car. Pump the air up in the tires and everything, you know, this and that. Make it like it'd be the most raggediest piece of shit. Dust like from 6 dust storms, cobwebs all over it, and make the whole houses look raggedy. Make the whole house look raggedy. I'm like, man, you gotta do something with that car. If it don't start, at least move it. Put it in the garage. You can't put it in the garage, put a car cover over the motherfucker, something. Like, make the neighborhood look a little more appealing than people pulling in and seeing dust-covered cars all the way down the street, all on flats and spider webs and leaves and shit all over it. It's like, this neighborhood just, man, it needs a community service just to walk through this motherfucker. Now, I need to walk through people's neighborhoods. Excuse me, but we're going to find you every day. 2 crusty dusties for every day this fucking donut. This car's here. I'm on a fucking set of donuts. You know, give me some donuts every time I come see this car. Have some donuts ready for me. Man. Yep. Sun bleach cars rule. Hell yeah. They be all paint flaking. I'm like, put a car cover on that shit. No. Say people got to start strapping their stuff. Today, some construction truck lost a shovel and it smacked the car following behind. That is my only issue on highways. Why I do more roads than highways, because people will live. It be mattresses and shit laying on the highways out here. Big ass mattresses. I'm like, how do you not strap a mattress down and you getting on the highway? It be couches and shit, chairs, ladders. I'm like, I can't do that, man. I can't do highways out here because that shit, because you don't have time to move. On a road, you only going 25, 30 miles an hour. You got time to hit your brakes. You can go around it. Highway, you're going 70, 80 miles an hour. By the time you see this ladder in the highway, it's too late. And when you hit that ladder, it's tearing everything up under you. It's tearing up your front fender, your oil pan, your transmission pan, your exhaust system. That shit going over everything. You gonna have like, $8,000 worth of damage just running over a damn ragged ass ladder. You don't know who left this ladder in the highway. I can't stand highways, man. People do that shit. That shit's irritating. What they should do is when somebody see that shit fall off, take a picture of the license plate, and now that person is liable for everybody who hits that shit until they go back and get it off the highway. Because they be like, oh shit, ladder fell off. No, it's not all fuck it. It's about to tear up everybody's car on the highway. Cars, popping tires, busting rims. Man, I can't stand these highways out here for that. What he says, hey, Kundwe said, that's your other gig. You're the telecom for cars. I know. Just go around and fucking, hey, they using their cars for using that car for decoration, Halloween decorations. I can see that shit. They should put a dead body in that motherfucker. That's what they need to do. This is a Halloween decoration now. Like, you've been waiting all year, man. We ain't watched this motherfucker all year. We using this as a Halloween decoration. It's on flats. It got spider webs on it already. It's got dust. All we need is a skeleton. We just need a skeleton now. Just put a skeleton in that motherfucker, man. Hey, Jesse, you smart, Jesse, man. You should do that. Halloween decoration. You should go around sell skeletons to these motherfuckers. Every time you see somebody with a ragged ass car, say, hey, man, I saw you got a ragged ass car in your driveway. I got a skeleton. You can put that shit in driver's seat for Halloween decorations this year. Sold $67. Like, hell yeah. And I got a motherfucking cat in a cage. You can sit right next to it. It's like this motherfucker. Call him the Uber pet driver. Fuck that. He's a dead Uber pet driver. Fucking headed to the pet cemetery. You got a skeleton in the motherfucking car, a dusty ass car with a cat in the cage sitting next to it. We going to the pet cemetery. It's a teledoc. Oh, teledoc for the cars. I don't know, man. These people cars be blowing engines and everything. Like, we need a whole new engine. So I thought it was just down here, but they selling Kias and Hyundais everywhere. That's them Kia boys. They call them the Kia boys with that little USB thing they putting inside of people's keys or whatever. Crazy, man. I just showed my son the surges one day where the highest amount was inside someone's house. He said, just ring the doorbell, go inside and then. Hey, Kundwe, that's funny because we say that, me and Juan Vargas say that, oh, we call it Pokemon Go. That's what we call it, Pokemon Go, man. Because they be having shit in people. The surge be in somebody's house. It be in a yard. Juan parked his car and walked into a yard one time. He said, because he had to go get the surge. He was like, dude, I had to park and I had to go across the street and walk through the field to get to the yard where the surge was. Dude, they do that to us, man. They do that shit on purpose. He said, I'm gonna go ring the doorbell, go inside and then run out. Be like, yeah, we're here. We're pest control. We heard you got a pest in here. Motherfucker, get the surge. Gotta go. Like, wait a minute. I thought you said you was pest control. Just need that surge. I'm out. That's funny. Using Toyota Corolla to haul king size mattress on a roof. Holding with their hand. Yeah, exactly. Kev, you see, man, on the highway, you see people doing that. I'm like, dude, the force of this car going this fast with the wind getting up under the front of that mattress, it's gonna yank your ass out of your seat. Something's gonna happen, or you're gonna have to let that mattress go. Because when you see somebody fly out of the side of a car holding onto a mattress, that shit yanked them straight up out of the car. It's like, man, they be say, yes, Mesa. Nicole said that's it, Mesa. Man. Off the handle. Clock the Five Guys delivery, 14 minutes, $12, 1.7 miles. There you go. You real close to that $1 a minute, and you like, what is that? $6 a mile. You can't beat that. That's a delivery you'd have to do. You couldn't let that one go. My melody. Check out my melody. Check out my melody. That's my old Eric B. What up, Melody? Hi, Jeffy. I'm here for Las Vegas. How's it going in Vegas? You guys still having issues with the strip, or you finding ways to work around it by now? Because with that F1 coming out there, I know you guys probably figured out a way. It was like, hey, this is what we do now. Stay away from the strip or either go on down that way. KK, you stupid. Said, I jumped the gated community wall at Coachella for a $30 surge. I would too. Shit, I would too for $30. I'm jumping that wall. Jump that shit and run. They $30 is $30. Shit, we be working for this money out here. We don't play. Hey, Juan, we all do that shit. One time I had to park my car and I had to walk into a closed business park at night to get a surge. I'm getting that surge. I don't care, man. It's like sometimes you got to do it. It says you're using Jeff logic. Most people around us have short circuits. Yeah, exactly. Forget that. Hey, and sometimes we got to do it. When we see a surge sitting somewhere, I know a lot of people, they feel defeated. My car can't go over there. And they just sit in their car. They want to get out the car. You got to understand sometimes. You got to wait. If that surge if it's $2, yeah, I see it's $2. But man, that'd be $25, $30 surge just sitting. You got to go get that. That's money. That's more than a ride. That's way more than a ride. You got to go get that. Like the night I was chasing that $24 when I was on that Lux ride. And I said, ooh, I'm going to go get this 24. And that shit turned to 17 on me. Hey, that's a ride. $24 is a ride. I had to go for it. I couldn't say no. It's 20. If it was $5, I ain't worried about that shit. $24 is a whole ride. I'm sorry. Exactly. Jamil said, Surge Hunters, the night crew. Man, you see us. Hey, we like Pac-Man in these streets, like wonka, 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 wonka. We be eating up Surge. I be going down the road, wonka, 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 wonka. That's you need to put. I need to put that sound in my videos when I'm chasing the Surge. Rear, 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 wonka, 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 wonka. They're like, blue, 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 blue. When the ghost changes shit, that's when I got my ride. Like, yeah, the ghost changed. I got my ride. I'm finna go eat this motherfucking Surge up. That's what we feel like, though. And sometimes you gotta have fun, man. You gotta have fun with rideshare because we out here, you know, we really going through some rough shit. Because I mean, when you gotta build it, you concentrate on paying. Like right now, y'all know when I had to go to the dentist, when I had that root canal thing I had done over here, that cost me like what? It was almost $3,000 in insurance kicked in and everything like that. So I ended up paying like $800-900 out of pocket. That's $800-900 out of pocket gone. But guess what? That's not the bad part. The bad part is I had a feeling up top up here. That feeling came out. So now I got to go do the same thing up here. And I got to do it, I'm thinking, before January. Because I don't want it to happen like the last one. My whole jaw was swollen and my neck was hurting and shit. So I got to come out. I got to make another $900 in profit just to pay for the filling up top. And it's like, this is rideshare, man. This is rideshare. This is what we got to go through. You got to generate profits. Because if we don't have enough money, I mean, we ride around with tooth pains, headaches, swollen jaws and shit like that. We can't be like that. So we got to keep coming up with the money, man. We got to get out there and get that money. Chasing that Surge. I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start putting every Surge I get is going into a Surge jar. That's what I need to do, call it the Surge jar. So if I get a $5 Surge, I'm going to put $5 in the envelope. If I get a $10 Surge, I'm going to put $10 in the envelope. Man, I know it, Kundwe. Last time when my bottom one, I did a video on it. My whole face was swollen, man, because it got infected because the tooth chipped and the nerve got exposed. Then it got infected like all within like a 2-3 day period. It was quick. It was like, damn, my tooth got chipped. All of a sudden, my whole face, my neck was swollen, everything. I couldn't even talk, dude. It was bad. It was bad. I did a video on it, but I like to do videos like that because it's reality. It's real. And I tell people, this is what Uber drivers go through in real life. We not just out here, you know, driving to make money. We're out here with the same bills anybody with a W-2's got. We got the same health problems. We got the same issues. We got back problems, leg problems, tooth problems. And we got to have the profits to pay for this shit. It ain't just about the car. Oh, well, my cost per mile. It ain't about cost per mile, motherfucker. It's about your life. You have to pay for dental shit. You need to get like money. You need profits, man. And so when I hear about people talking about cost per mile on their videos and shit, no, it's life. I got a dentist bill I have to pay. And then I might want, you know, some other dental work done on the other side to prevent. I need preventative maintenance. Then I have to go get like a physical on like my knees or my waist or something like that. Who knows? But you always got to come up with, you know, a way to generate more profit because this is our life. Just like when that David Risher, the Lyft guy, was like, well, we're thinking about looking into drivers' costs to see what drivers. I'm like, no, drivers' costs are easy to figure out. Just go talk to somebody in one of them motherfucking cubicles at Lyft. Talk to one of them people in the cubicles and ask them, hey, how much does it cost you to live every month? That's how much it costs drivers to pay. We are humans, just like everybody else. We ain't nobody fucking special. Like all of a sudden we don't have, oh man, you know, you're a driver. Nothing ever happens to you health-wise. No, we got the same issues as people in the cubicle got. We just got less benefits than they got. We don't all have, you know, health benefits and, you know, life insurance and all that. We don't all have that. So we got to generate the profits with the business to cover that kind of stuff for ourselves. We're self-insured. Jamil said, Pac-Man. Oh, man. The apps know we're talking about Uber Pet. They just put a reminder about service animals in the inbox. Yeah, Kev, they getting you. They getting you. Hey, you got to pick up a service animal. It's like, man, I ain't doing no Uber Pet. What Ryan say, I was stopped at a light in front of Surge Zone today. It disappeared literally 10 seconds before I entered it. What kind of bullshit is that? Highly suspect. It was only $2.50 Surge too. See, Ryan, you got to throw in that Uber Pet, man. And they hold you at lights. They hold you at the light. And it's just when you think you need to be driving to go get that Uber Pet, they like take it away. And I'm like, y'all held me at the light too long. I could have got that shit. What up, Robert Reese? Hot facts. My man, Robert Reese is in the building. What's good? You out there doing deliveries today or what, brother? You out there getting it? Kundwe said, listen, I've had 3 root canals when I was young, healthy, athletic, but each knocked me out of commission like roadkill. Yes. Teeth ain't, Teeth will hurt your whole head. It will hurt your whole, you can't even move your head, man. It'll hurt your eyes, your ears, your neck. My neck was swollen, everything, man. And like I said, and I only did that on a video to show people the reality of what we go through. This shit ain't always gravy. Rideshare is not always gravy. And a lot of people think we just wake up and we're making all this money and we're doing all this and all that. I'm like, no, it ain't like that. We got problems. We got issues. We got health things. We got to generate the profits to make sure as humans, as adults, we're not only covering us, but some of us have children that have to go to the dentist to get their preventative maintenance done. They got to go get root canals, got to go get fillings. We've got kids to pay for. $1 a mile ain't covering all of this shit. $1 a mile is not going to cover fuel, my car note, my insurance, my rent, my food, my dental, my kids' dental. $1 a mile is not covering all of that. It's not going to cover it. So we've got to go for higher profits if we want to really be humans doing this as a career, to have life. You know, so when David Richard was like, well, I need to see what driver expenses are. I guess we need to look at what driver expenses are. The same expenses y'all got. Who do we look like? Like some kind of aliens? We're people. We got the same shit going on that y'all got. Thanks, Danny Boy. My man, Danny Boy's in the building. Always in the comments in the chat. My man, hey, I appreciate that, brother. He said, this is a great channel. 100%, Jamil. And hey, we do it, man. We out here doing it, man. We trying to keep, we keep it 100 about drivers, the lifestyle of drivers, what we do to make money, and why we drive the way we drive. Because I want everybody to have a little cushion. That's just me, my own personal I want motherfuckers to have a cushion. It's less stress to have a little cushion. To know that, if you're driving 3 or 4 months and you got $3,000-$4,000 shit in the bank, that's good. That's good. You got 3-4, so you could take a day off if the day is shitty and you don't feel like I got to go out and take $1 a mile fucking rides. Nobody should have to feel like they need to be out taking $1 a mile rides, 50 cent a mile rides. Not in rideshare. There's way too many billions and trillions of dollars being made in rideshare for the people actually doing it to be so stressed out that we got to go out and do 50 cent fucking rides, 50 cent a mile rides. We're the ones doing the rides. It's the people in corporate. They're the ones not stressed. They're the ones like, oh man, rideshare is going amazing. We're taking 70% of the fare. We're not putting no surge out. We're getting rid of the Lux tier. Man, we're balling. We have nothing to worry about. No, but we the ones doing the work. Drivers shouldn't have to fear, I got to go out and hurry up and come up with $900 so I can get my top tooth worked on before it gets like how my bottom tooth was a few months ago. Because once the filling came out and the nerve is exposed, I'm going to go right back to where I was. And I don't want to be back there again. That shit was painful, man. So I'm trying to find out ways to get these drivers out, these high AR drivers out there to learn that what you guys are doing in the rideshare community isn't benefiting the rideshare community. You're benefiting the app. You act like you working for the app, taking 100% of the rides, 80% of the rides, 90% of the rides. You're working for the app. You're not working for the rideshare community. You're working for the app. You're like an agent. You're like a bot plugged in. Because all you're doing is helping these apps know we can not pay these people shit, not worry about their dental bills, not worry about their medical bills of them tripping over a curb and twisting their ankle, not worried about their kids' medical bill, not worrying about their son breaking his elbow playing basketball. We're not worried about these people like that. We need to go get 70% of the fare and let these people deal with whatever they deal with. We ain't worried about these people. And that's how I feel when 100% AR driver is sitting on deck saying, yeah, I'll take every ride. That motherfucker, you work for the app or something? Because you definitely ain't on my side. Because you letting the apps know that that's the kind of shit we own, and we ain't on that. We trying to take care of life out here. We can't live off of 50 cent a mile. We can't live off $1 a mile. We can't live off that. Rent's going up. Food's going up. Everything's going up. And y'all, oh my God, I love taking every ride. I feel great taking every ride. It's amazing to take every ride. It ain't amazing. It's stupid. Like shit. What Melody say? Hey, Jeffy, I have a question. I locked in a 750 surge here in Summerlin where I live, and the other surge disappeared. Do I still get this? Because this still says your next trip 750. Yep, you still get it. You still get it. Because as long as it says 750 on your next trip, it's on your phone. And when your next trip comes up, if you want it, you get the 750. If you don't want it, that's when you talk to me. UberJeepAZ@gmail.com if you don't already know. So if you go to UberJeepAZ@gmail.com and send me a message going, Jeff, I got this 750, but I don't want this next ride. What do I do? That's how I tell you. We don't put it on the internet. We talk about it. The Harriet Tubman way. We the Underground Railroad. Like we're the Underground Railroad around here. Jeez. We tell people we help people keep money. We help people keep money. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. It's funny how some rideshare gig tubers are still pushing the narrative to hit 2 racks a week, trying to downplay the cherry pickers are missing out. Yeah, Noble. And that's the thing, man. A lot of those drivers, they're looking at the gross. Like I tell everybody, if you're so focused on gross that you're forgetting what net profit is, you're missing the whole point of business. You can have gross. You can run a business and you can gross $200,000 in sales this year. $200,000 in sale. And you can be like, dude, I made $200,000 this year. But when you open up the financial statements, you look at the expenses are at $300,000 this year. You're negative $100,000. See, that's why them 2 rack a week motherfuckers don't talk about the other side of the equation. You never hear them talk about expenses. Never. You never hear them break down how much they spend. I videotape how much gas I got in my tank. I videotape. I'll show you motherfuckers. Hey, I'm at a quarter. I'm down to an eighth. I'm down here. I'm at a half. I videotape mine because I want people to see the real. I'm not a 2 rack a week motherfucker. That's not me. I'm 100 with this shit. Not 2 racks. I'm 100. So you can gross $200,000 a year all you want. You open that financial statement. You spent $300,000 to make that $200,000. You're negative $100,000. Profit margins matter. And a lot of these people, they don't get it, man. They want to walk, oh, I'm at 2 racks. I'm at 2 racks. But if it costs you $600 to make 2 racks, you're really at $1,400. Now, let's say I worked way less, and you did $1,400, and you did it in 80 hours, which is less than $20 an hour. So if you're less than $20 an hour, that's what you're okay with. You're okay with living off of less than $20 an hour, being out on the streets all day. Now, if I say I want $50 an hour, all I got to do is work 30 hours. 30 hours puts me at $1,500. 30 hours puts me at $1,500. If I spend $100 in gas, I'm at $1,400, exactly where you are. So I'm exactly where you are at $1,400, but it cost me $100 to make it, and it cost you $600 to make it. So it's like we living in the exact same house. If we live in the exact same house, I mean, square footage for square footage, the exact same house, square footage, driveway look the same, carbon copy houses. But you pay $600,000 for your house, and I only pay $100,000 for my house. We got the exact same houses. But you're paying $600,000 for yours, and I'm paying $100,000, and I live right next door to you. Who's the stupid one here? Who paid $500,000 too much? Because it's about the net. That's what it's about. So you can't tell me, oh, I'm doing 2 racks a week, but it cost me, $600 to make it. So you down to $1,400. I'm only making $1,500 a week, but it only cost me $100 to make it. I'm at $1,400. We in the same fucking house, but you just paid more for your house than I paid for mine. And you worked 80 hours, I worked 30. People got to understand what net means. Net is not gross. Like you said, gross is good for credit. That's it. Gross is good. If you want to apply for business credit, they're going to ask you what's your gross annual revenue. And you can go get business credit. Because they're going to look at your business credit and they're going to say, okay, if this is your gross annual revenue, and they're going to look on your credit report and see you don't have any outstanding debts, no shit, this and that. They're going to say, okay, if your average payments are this, and this, and this, and you're looking for this, your new average payment is going to go up to this. You can or can't afford it. We can't give you a credit line of $70,000, but we can give you a credit line of $25,000 because we think that's all you can afford based on all your other outstanding lines right now. All you can afford is $25,000, not $70,000. So that's what gross is good for, is trying to get an extended line of credit. If you want net is what you live your life on. Net is what you live your life on. Because a lot of people, they don't understand how that works. They out there, spinning their wheels in mud. I say that shit all the time, spinning their wheels in mud. I said, there you go, Derek. Why don't you set up a little bit of fun with a couple of those spare millions from last year, opening with first come, first serve for drivers with life emergencies. I like that. And they have to have proof of the emergencies. Have a real dentist, have an actual doctor. Somebody say, hey, this guy right here, he's really down here right now. He's got an abscessed tooth or whatever. Or this lady, she's got a broken wrist. She just, and they hook her up. Okay, we'll apply for it and Lyft will cover it. Uber will cover it. Kundwe said, there's the accountant. Hey, for real, man. Like I said, there's a reason. And a lot of people who took accounting in college dropped accounting to become business majors. And it's not because the business major and accounting major is like hard, is like better or worse, but one is a little more involved. One is more like business talks about the whole aspect of business, from everything from marketing, management, accounting is strictly numbers. It's books, it's theories, it's general accounting accepted principles, it's financial accounting standard board bulletins. It's all they get into the nitty gritty of what a dollar really is. And once you understand what a dollar really is and how far you can stretch that dollar, you realize how quickly somebody can eat that dollar up too. And when people are not worried about their expenses, when all they're worried about is making money, and they're not looking at the back end, the spending money. What are you spending to make that? Well, it cost me about $600 a week to rent this Tesla. Okay, so now your $2,000 went all the way down from $2,000 down to $1,400 because you're paying $600 to rent a Tesla. Yet, and it cost me about $200 to rent it. I mean, to charge it up all week, of $150, $200. Okay, so now you're down from $1,400 down to $1,200 now, and you're still working 80 hours to make $1,200, mind you. Still working 80 hours. Oh, and then I don't have any mates, so you got 80 hours to make $1,200 take home is what you're doing. Because everything else, Hertz is eating the rest up, and the charger space is eating the other bit up. But you're running 80 hours to make $1,200. What is the dollar per hour on that? $1,200, 80 hours a week. This shit's not worth it. It's pointless at that point to even work. It's pointless to work at that point because you're not giving me fucking $1,200 for 80 hours of my life every single week. Every single week. At that point, you're paying Uber because Uber's taking about 50 to 70% of the fare. You're paying Uber. Then you're paying Hertz because Hertz is taking $600 for that rental car. You're paying more every week to make that $1,200. You're paying a whole lot more to make that $1,200. Because think of how much Uber is taking. If you making 2 G's gross, if you're grossing 2 G's to yourself, you grossing that. Uber's taking at least 2 G's because that's 50%. You probably made $4,000, but Uber says, well, we're going to take $2,000 off the top. So let's just bare minimum, Uber's taking 50%. So you just paid $2,000 to Uber to work Uber that week. You gave them $2,000 to drive because you made 4 now, but you took home 2. So that you gave Uber 2 G's. You gave Uber 2 G's. Now you got to pay for the Hertz, $600. So that drops you down to $1,400. And now you pay charger stations $200. So now you're on $1,200. You're down to $1,200 in your own fucking pocket. You're down to $1,200 in your own pocket. But you paid Uber 2. You paid Hertz 6. So that's $2,600 you just gave away. And plus another 2, $2,800 for charge. So $2,800. You paid $2,800. You paid $2,800 to hold on to $1,200. Who pays $2,800 to have $1,200 in their hand? Who pays $1,200 to have $2,800 to hold? It's not smart thinking. There's no way you're gonna tell me, Jeff, pay me $2,800 and I'll give you $1,200. I'd be like, no, it's not a good deal for me. That's not a good deal for me. I'm not paying $2,800 just so I can end up with $1,200 after 80 hours of my life. That shit ain't happening to me. It's not happening. But that's what I'm saying. They don't tell you the full side of the 2K. They don't tell. They always, oh man, I made 2,000. I see that shit and I laugh. I don't even look at them fucking videos because it's that bullshit. It's that bullshit. It's that selling that hustle, push. They should be saying fucking how to be a slave for $2,000 a week. Like you said, Dante, how to become a slave for $2,000 a week. How to become a slave. That's what they need to say. Like motherfuckers, like, because this ain't working. That's slavery at that fucking point. 80 hours a week is slavery. How to become a slave for as low as $2,000 a week. Sign up here for my 1995 manual. Oh yeah, I'm working tonight, Miss Melody. I'm working. Cherry picking out a regular Lyft trash. Yeah, William, you got to do it, brother. You got to do it, brother. Yeah. Yeah, Kundwe, I'm telling you, man, Eddie's even trying to give him what he knows. Hey, I tell motherfuckers, it's a brochure going out saying how to become a slave for $2,000 a week. Just do 80 hours. That's it. 80 hours. That's it. Just do 80 hours. Max your fucking apps out. Okay. But I guarantee it don't cost me that. My lifestyle is not that expensive to where I need $2K a week. It's really not that expensive. I've kind of managed my expenses well enough to where I can work normal hours, 30, 40 hours a week. I could do that and still bring home $1,500 doing smart rides. I could bring home $1,600. Last week, like I never put my totals up because I don't think my totals make a difference. But last week, with the money I made on Uber, Lyft, and with my private rides, was almost $1,600 last week. And I didn't even do shit. My biggest rides were to the concert and back. I don't like to put my totals up because my totals don't mean shit. It don't mean shit. How did I get the total means more to me. So I'd rather tell you about my little shit rides, my little ride here, my little ride. I'd rather tell you that and let you piece that together in your market so you can bring home even more than what I do. Because when people say, damn, you brought home $1,600, it looked like a whole bunch of little shit trips and shit. Yeah, it does. That's what it's going to look like. Because you're cherry picking. It's going to look like that. It's going to look like $75 here, $120 there, $230 here. The one night that me and Juan, we worked the concert and shit. You know, we worked the concert. We made over $400 that night. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like a little bunch of shit trips. So for me to show you my gross means nothing. It don't mean shit. You don't need to know what I gross. Yeah, thanks, Quan. They said, I ain't paying Uber shit anymore. Thanks to Jeff. They now tell me how much they lost on me. I show my son and smile. That's right. That's right. You ain't paying shit to work. And that's the thing. Me showing you my gross does nothing for you. What is that? Me bragging? Oh, I made $2,500. But I'm not showing you shit. It's bragging. I'm not showing you shit. I'd rather show you, okay, when I was at the airport, I took this reservation. This is what I did. I went on my phone. I set this reservation. I had to be in this area, so I stayed close, so they couldn't give me a fucking nature hike. Not possible, because if they gave me a nature hike, I wouldn't be able to get back. Now, my video tonight, my video that I'm going to drop tomorrow is going to show you how I almost fucked myself with that deal. I almost got caught. Trust me, I almost got caught because I was on Lyft Lux doing some shit that I shouldn't have been doing. Instead of dealing with my reservation on Uber, I knew my reservation was coming up. So I said, Uber's not going to give me a good ride because I got a reservation coming up. They're looking for short shit and they're not going to give me nothing. So I'm going to do a Lux. I almost fucked myself because Lux took me out of my zone. So and it's going to show you on the video how it took me out of my zone and how I almost, even Uber was sending me messages. It appears you're not going to make your reservation on time. Yeah, it appeared that way, but motherfucker, I got a BMW. I know they was like, how in the fuck this motherfucker make it? Yeah. It's like, and that's what it is though. You gotta, and that's why I'm glad that it happened to me last night because you don't understand how close I was. The video going to say I was this fucking close to Uber saying you were late for that reservation, you getting dinged. I was this goddamn, I mean, I don't think there was a fucking molecule between it. It was that damn close, but I'll never do that shit again. And it taught me a valuable lesson. Don't run Lux when I got a reservation on Uber because you might get a good ride. It might take you out of the zone. You got to decline that shit. You can't push it. I pushed it. And I was like, man, I almost fucked up. I almost fucked up. You will see on the video, it was close, man. It was close. Yeah, Dante said, that's what I'm trying to do. Work 34 hours a week, make around 1,400. Because Dante, what that is, that's normal. That's normal work. 30 to 40 hours a week is a normal person working. A normal human working a job. 30, 40 hours a week is a normal human working a job. Now, business owners, we do kind of work a little longer hours because we do a lot of back end work. Like we working on our cars. Like when I'm working on my car, doing my oil changes, technically that is me doing work because I'm actually working on my car. That's work. I'm doing something for the company. I'm doing oil change. When I'm washing my car, I'm working. Technically, I'm working. I'm just not on the clock. As business owners, we do. So I want 30 to 40 hours in my car. That's it. Working, we do work outside of that. But if I'm in that car, I want to be like you. 30 to 40 hours in my car, $1,400. That's all I want. I don't want no more than that. I'm not greedy. I don't want no more than that. I don't need no more than that. So once you get to that point to where you okay with the amount of money you making and you can budget the amount of money you making and you can budget your expenses right, allocate your money to cover the expenses the way they're supposed to be covered, you ain't got shit to worry about, Dante. You got a good life. You got a good life. You waking up, you going swimming, waking up, eating ice cream and shit. You got a good life. You ain't pushing 80 motherfucking hours. You ain't waking up just to drive. You don't wake up walking to the parking lot, I'm gonna drive again, driving motherfucking 12, 14 hours that day. You don't live for that. That's not what you living for. There's life you got to enjoy a little bit too. We got to do this shit for life. So how do they lose money on you when they're independent contractors pricing out the work we provide? Well, Brixton, this is how the apps lose money. Let's say, because they have costs too. Like to run these apps, they got service costs. They got to run their servers. They've got to pay for their GPS navigation services, and they got a lot of employees they got to pay. They've also got, insurances they got to cover, insurance certifications. They got legal things they got to pay, government shit they got to pay. They got a lot of shit they got to pay. So when they price a ride out, these rides are done through a series of cost accounting. So through cost accounting, they say, if we sell this many units at this price, what do we need to get from these units to get back in order to cover the cost we got? Let's say if it costs me $100,000 to make 100,000 units, that means each unit is $1 to make. It costs me $1 to make. Now, that's just the unit cost. If I say, well, I got an employee making these, I'm paying the employee this much. 50,000. Okay, so now it's 150,000 to make 100,000 units. So now instead of $1, it's $1.50 it costs me to make these units. So it slowly starts building up on what these apps cost is. So when they price their rides out, they're pricing their rides to offset the cost accounting associated with it, which is how much insurance is allocated to this ride, how much, administrative, like somebody working on it, and the server and all that shit for each ride. So for each ride, they allocate an even amount for administrative stuff, just like a static amount, like a flat amount. Then when it comes to insurance, they price a certain amount based on miles and all that shit and vehicle, just a flat amount. So if the ride is not priced right, you go get a surge and it exceeds what the cost of that ride is, they lose money on that ride. You do that shit enough, or they losing money on you as a driver, because you've been getting surges the whole time. And then you start seeing your tips coming up fucking missing because they need to recoup some of their money. They like, well, we're going to give you a tip, but we're going to give you the tip later. We need to use your tip right now to cover some of our administrative costs because we've been paying you surge. We've been paying you some high trips. We've been paying you all this shit. And so we're kind of running out of money over here. The apps can lose money easily if they don't have their financial accounting together. They don't have their cost accounting together. They're not pricing their rides right. They're not pricing their expenses, like their insurances and shit like that. Whoever they're paying their insurance providers, that's not priced right. They probably got a lot of high priced as employees. Like I said, that Lucid employee, Lucid made $608 million. The CEO made $379 million of the $608 million. So when you paying people too much of the revenue that you're making, when you're paying your employees way too much of the revenue, that's a cost that you just fucked. You got to now work that money into the price of these units now. Because if I tell you, we just spent $379 million on hiring this guy, but we only made $608 million. You got to now, you're at a huge loss, and you got to say, how do we bounce back from that loss? Raise the prices. You start raising the prices of everything. Yeah, exactly. Do half the value and make 3 times the money. You're doing half the volume. And so it's like losing money is easy for these apps once you get smart drivers involved. They don't like smart drivers. They don't. And I don't think they're purposely underpricing the rides. I think they have the point of elasticity. The point of elasticity is when somebody won't pay so much for a ride, they'll just wait it out. A lot of people at concerts won't pay surge price, and they'll wait till the end because they don't want to do that. Some people want to get home. They got a little discretionary income. They'll pay for that surge price, and they'll pay for it. 100% of the people are not. So it's kind of like when you first invent a new fucking TV, and everybody's going to go pay $4,000 for the TV. Same TVs right now cost $850. But in the beginning, it was all $4,000. So you're going to get as much as you can off the early adopters. Get the early adopters. The people who want to leave now, get them now. Price the shit super high, super high. Get the early adopters out. Now, as time starts wearing in, your rate of you selling a ride at this price starts getting smaller and smaller. The time of you selling a ride gets smaller. Now people are declining rides. Nobody's accepting the ride. Now you say, okay, drop it to a tier. So they'll overprice it for a while. They'll drop it a tier. Now you're getting another flood of the next people. Okay, the TVs went from $4,000 down to $3,000. Oh, I can afford a $3,000 TV. Ooh, I save $1,000. Just like with rides. I can't afford no, $75 ride home, but it dropped to $60. Yes, I'm gonna get the $60 ride. I just saved $15. Even though we know the ride is we're as a driver gonna get $25 out of that any fucking ways. We're getting $25. So the ride really costs $25. But they're going to keep pricing high and slowly working down until they get the very last person who has no money left, who waited the last final minute. They're going to, for a $25 ride that we get paid for, that we were getting paid for in the beginning, they're going to probably charge these people right here $33, and we're going to probably get $17 or $18 out of that. So we're losing $7, $8 on the ride, but they are pricing at $33 when they started off at like $75. So they slowly, just like the Tesla people, the early adopters, whenever you got to deal with any price and anything, you're dealing with the point of elasticity. At one point, will these people not pay for it anymore? When will demand dry up? When demand dries up, drop the price, create a new demand. Now you're at a different equilibrium. At that equilibrium, how much supply and demand are we dealing with? Okay, when the supply is too high, the demand keeps dropping, pull it down a little bit. And you just keep doing that to keep the demand feeling like it can match that supply that you got. If drivers all went offline, the supply of drivers is not there, the demand for rides would still be there. They'd have to keep the prices high for drivers. They'd have to keep the surge there because the demand is higher than the amount of rides in the area. It's about the point of equilibrium, finding out where can we get riders to buy and drivers to drive. All these drivers driving for 50 cents a mile, 60 cents a mile, 70 cents a mile, they're the ones fucking up the point of equilibrium. They're fucking it up. And they think they're doing something. Oh, I got a 98% AR. I'm doing amazing. They fucking up the equilibrium. We need that equilibrium to stay high. They're bringing it down by taking these shit rides. So the apps and the algorithms are like, well, the supply and demand is perfect because people are still picking up these rides. They're still taking these rides. So nothing's wrong with it. Leave the price at where it's at. But yeah, funded trading was good. What's good? I said, just curious, how long you been doing private rides? Your content has been gold for me. Been slowly figuring out how to squeeze these apps as much as they squeeze us. I've been doing private rides since I started driving 4 years ago. Like I said, and it was even in the Jeep. I used to pick people up and they'd have golf clubs and everything like that. Like, hey, could you come pick us up tomorrow? I give them my number and everything. I'd come pick them up with the big golf clubs. They slide me like $60 and shit. I've always done private rides. Because like I said, they know that the apps are charging them up the ass and the drivers aren't getting nothing. They know that already. A lot of these people don't, a lot of the people think, oh, well, I paid $35 for the ride. Well, that don't mean the driver's getting $35. But people who use Uber a lot and talk to a lot of the Uber drivers, they know the system because drivers have talked to them. Drivers have told them, hey, you know what? I know you probably paid $45, $50 for this ride. I'm getting 17 for it. The shit's like, 8 miles. I'm getting 17. Yeah, we paid like $42 for this ride. I know. I'm getting 17. It's like, and that's how we keep that communication going between drivers and riders. And it helps the market because if we have transparency in the market, we can't get fucked over that much for the money we making. It's hard for the apps to fuck us over. The new people get fucked over all the time because they don't know it. And so that's why we got channels like here to help us out. What Kundwe said, it makes me smile to see the tips coming through now because I know it's an even exchange between me and the passenger. These apps done fucked up. Yep. Driving the wealth, facts 100. I've been seeing a lot more tips lately. I've been seeing a lot more tips after summer. I haven't been seeing no $1 on either app. I've not been seeing $1. Ain't that fucked up? All summer. I've been seeing $1, $1. I ain't seen a $1 since summer. I can't even tell you the last time I seen a dollar tip. But I used to get one back to back to back to back to back to back. $1, $1, all the way down my motherfucking screen. I ain't even seen none in a long time now. And that lets you know right there, people were not tipping $1. They were adjusting our tips. They were adjusting it. And now they're trying to trickle it back to us, probably, or maybe not. They go, well, we gave you a tip. We gave you $1. I ain't seen no motherfucking dollar tip in a minute from Lyft or from Uber because I know what they were doing over the summer. And I told people, these people are not tipping no $1. These rides were amazing. These rides were good. The conversations were good. The chat was great. Everything was amazing. For this motherfucker to jump out and be like, $1. Doubt it. I know they've been stealing from us all summer, and I don't know how we're going to have audit trails to go back and get that money unless we have screenshots for everything. And most of us don't. And a lot of these riders out here thinking that they tip drivers, and they didn't. So the summer really fucked a lot of us up. The summer got a lot of us going, we don't even fuck with drivers no more. I mean, we don't fuck with riders no more. And that's how some of the drivers have been. And now the apps have to come back saying, how do we win these drivers back that we screwed over all summer with these $1 tips? They got to win us back now. So what they've been doing, throwing surge out. Like I said, I had a couple of good nights. So they've been trying to get me out the house, throwing out some good rides, some good nights. They've been trying to win us back because they know they fucked with us. They know they took our money. They know it. Yeah, they weren't adjusting our tips. They were charging more for that ride that you were willing to give. Getting a $1 tip. I do an amazing drive. Amazing this and that. Person make like $13. Cool. The person probably going to give me a tip. $1. So now the trip is $14. Usually you get a $5, $6 tip on something like that. $1. I'm like, man, come on. Yep, the rider thinks you get some of it every time. Oh, Jamil, and we say that all the time. You know, if people just be off UberX, we get the major surge, like they get in the Mesa airport, 20 plus surge. Mesa used to drop 50s all the time, 50, 40, 50, back to back, 50, 40, 50. And I'm sitting there like, why don't the people at Sky Harbor see that? The people at Sky Harbor should be like, everybody, do us a favor. When you enter Sky Harbor's lot, turn your app off. When you come into the Sky Harbor lot, just turn your app off. The surge is too low. It's $2.50. It's $6. Turn your app off. But no, they come into the lot. They leave their app turned on. They get a ride at $6 and they leave. And they be like, man, that ride was like $1.50, $1.75, $2 a mile from the airport. Yeah, with the surge. Yeah, because you didn't wait it out. You got to wait it out. Monday, I did 506 on 18 trips, 111 on tips, and $20.50 on some promotion surge, maybe. See, that's 111 on tips. Tips are back. Tips are back, Merlin, man. Tips are back. Because I swear, man, I'm so used to seeing that $1, $1. $60 cash tips as well. And I'm like I said, I'm happy, man. People are starting to get their money back because drivers deserve this money. Drivers deserve this money, man. Well, I've been getting percentage tips too. And that's what I think, man. And it was funny because with the $1 tips, they used to always come like minutes later. Like I think when the rider got out of the car, the rider would hit, I want to tip him, let's say 20%. 20% of whatever I paid. So the tip should be like $6. The tip wouldn't come through. It would be like minutes later. It would just like, congrats, you just got a tip. And it would be a big green $1 at the top of the screen. I'd be like, this motherfucker did not just tip me no $1. No, did not just tip me no $1. Not after that great ride, the conversation, the chat, all that $1. And now we're starting to see all our percentages come back. $12 tip, $13 tip. I got a $14 tip. The tips are coming back now. It ain't that $1 crap no more. That's why I'm like, over the summer, they got us. They got a lot of us. And it's money that we'll never get back because we don't have that audit trail that we've been begging for. We deserve an audit trail. We deserve a way to see like in exactly what type of app we got, whether it's like a screenshot, like a receipt. I like to have a receipt, like a customer receipt or something like that. Because with a receipt, we can audit our own books with receipts. We can audit our own books with fake receipts and fake innuendo. As a business running a business, we have to have something solid and concrete that we can say, this is legit. I do confirm that this passenger gave me a $5 tip because I've seen the passenger screenshot. The passenger didn't screenshot $10, but only got 5 of it. I actually saw the screenshot of the passenger's payment. I saw that. And that's why I wish they would do more. Give us actual true receipts of stuff. Because just basing on their word, I don't trust these motherfuckers. They've been caught in courts. They've been caught in courts of law, lying, busted, fined. Just like what Carl Icahn and all these guys. They just sold all that Lyft stock and did all this crazy Lyft shit, right? Undercover. They were doing undercover Lyft trades. And they all got busted. They knew they was doing something wrong. They all knew they were doing something wrong. So they did it undercover. Because that's how these people are. They lie. They try to get away with it. So they did it undercover, got caught, and the FCC or whatever, SEC, just charged them all these millions of dollars in fines and fees. The drivers don't get that shit. We don't get that shit. So what do we care? We don't care. It would be nice if they say, yeah, the SEC just fined Lyft $32 million. We're going to disperse, but any driver out there who had at least 367 days of driving on their account. If you've been driving at least minimum 367 days, you're getting a cut of this $32 million we just fined Lyft for some shady shit they did. More drivers will be happy. We'd be like, hell yeah, finally got their ass. But Lyft, they be going to court getting all this shit done. Nobody even care. We're like, that shit ain't coming to us. So, and where is Lyft going to get the money from? Because Lyft don't sell crypto. Them motherfuckers don't make no products. They don't sell fucking hats and t-shirts and shit. No. Where does Lyft get their money from? So the SEC finds Lyft all of this money. Lyft says, don't worry about it. We're going to get that shit from Jeff. So get the $32 million. Knock yourself the fuck out. We're just going to work these drivers a little harder. That's all. It's going to take us a while to pay it off. We got to work their ass harder. Jeff, stop. We're pirates. You got yours in the first place. We're pirates out here. We're goddamn motherfucker shit. That's what we out here doing, getting this goddamn pirate money. We pirate Surge pirates, goddamn it. Yep. Somehow all my tips are weird amounts, like $5.03 or $12. Record the lifestyle. Got a one sit temp one time. Damn near turned around just to say, "Are you serious?" For real. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I got a quarter tip. And I'm telling you, man, these people are not tipping that. I guarantee they're not tipping. I got a 10-cent tip on the delivery. They are not. I think the apps are giving us that because it's something that they're doing with the adjustments. Because I get a lot of adjustments on my Uber stuff, a lot of adjustments. And I'm like, they're doing something to these apps. They're getting us, man. They're getting us. But I don't know, man. We got to bounce back, man. Like I said, this is fall. A lot of us got a plan in place right now. My plan is still, drive nights, chase surge, look up events. Keep texting everybody about events if I can. Get the word out so we can get in there, be smart. Because I like smart drivers around. So I tell the smart drivers where to go. These dumbass motherfuckers just sitting on their apps all fucking day, fucking up the surge. I don't tell them shit. Like, nah. If they see it online or something like that, cool. More power to them. They can go chase it down or whatever. But I do not text somebody who's not analyzing data and who's not analyzing these rides. I don't deal with them. Just like they don't deal with me, I don't deal with them. Like I said, I don't fuck with everybody, and everybody don't fuck with me. I'm cool with that. But when I got to take care of my drivers, we all texting each other about getting this money. Kev, you stupid. He says, been getting better tips since I identified as a black lesbian. Tell you getting them $5 tips. You better hope they ain't trying to stick that shit in your underwear. Be like, hey, Kevin, let me put this in your drawers. Like, girl, you better get the fuck off me. Shit, I'm an Uber driver. They got Kev dancing in front of the grill of the car and shit. He all humping on the grill like, yeah, baby, yeah. They out there smacking Kevin in the ass. Woo! Kevin identifies as a black lesbian now. It's like, man, I'm gonna record Kevin after his ride. Like, what are you doing after your ride to get all these tips, Kevin? I need to know. He's like, man, you got to get on the front grill, man. Do some booty popping for these lesbians, man. They love that shit. Man. This is, yep, let's all wait it out. Turn off X at the airports in Phoenix and put it on Uber, Pet Patrol. XL Comforter Green. You enter the Phoenix airport, get out of X. Yeah, that's the thing. X kills surge, man. It kills surge. Because if they know they got 50 damn X drivers sitting down there, they got, these flights landing, 50 X drivers already sitting there with their apps turned on with no surge at all. The demand is already screwed up because it's going to take at least 200-300 people, 200-300 to start requesting rides from the airport because they already got 50. 50 to 50 is a 1-to-1. So 50 and 50 is one. They ain't going to surge at a 1-to-1 ratio. Even at a 2-to-1, they might not surge at a 2-to-1. When it's getting into the 3-to-1, 4-to-1, are they going to throw surge? Because for every people requesting, it's like, man, for every 4 people requesting, there's only 1 driver sitting there. Whenever it's 2-to-1, they're like, yeah, don't throw surge yet. Just wait it out. Wait it out. Because we're going to see if we can get these people out. Because these people might jump over the lyft. 2-to-1 on Uber request means the person might try to get an Uber, don't get an Uber, so that one, he drops off and he go get a Lyft. So Uber and Lyft ain't going to throw surge on a 2-to-1 because you got 2 apps running, sometimes 3-4 rideshare apps running, and you need at least a 4-to-1 ratio on one app of people trying to get requests. That lets them know they're flooding the app right now. We need to get some drivers up there so we can get this money before these riders go to another app. But 2-to-1 just ain't enough. It ain't enough yet. Yeah. Kundwe said, it's an algorithm written by a very smart person who is not intelligent. Moon story, you said before. Mistakes will be made. We'll find them. Yep. And that's the thing, man. We know that a lot of these people who are doing these rideshare apps, they've never done rideshare. They've never done it. They're looking at it as like I said, a profit, not profit, accounting, revenue, expense, algorithm, probability. That's what they're looking at. They don't look at the human side. The human side of us saying, man, fuck that. I ain't doing that. That's the side they're not looking at. But when they start looking at our ARs tanking, and they were trying to punish people for tanking their AR, and what happened? They were trying to punish people for tanking their AR. The court said, you can't ding an independent contractor for not accepting an offer of work of a job. So you can't use AR as a disciplinary action against drivers. You can't deactivate them for that. So Lyft and Uber had to rethink their whole motherfucking algorithm after that. They had to rethink everything after that. And that's why you see a lot of smart drivers out here getting them. A lot of smart drivers are done. And they're like, well, we need to hurry up and get as much money as we can off the idiots because the smart drivers are coming. So we've got to get all the idiots. We got to get money off the idiots. And that's what they're doing. They're trying, oh, if you stay, Diamond, you get a free Crusty Dusty at the 7-Eleven and grab you a cheese stick while you're at it. Who the fuck eats cheese sticks and goddamn donuts at the same time? That's the worst mix ever. Mozzarella sticks and donuts. That shit it sounds horrible, but that's the kind of shit they be offering people. Go get you a mozzarella stick and a donut. Dude, that don't even sound like a fucking meal. That is horrible. What are you doing? And it's like, and they do that shit. Man, I'm gonna go grab me a mozzarella stick and a donut. I'm like, do you know what you just said? Exactly. Did you see the 100x glitch last year? I had a pop-up say you were tipped 500. Psych. Next day email said you may have. We apologize. We must have been excited. No bump though. Boober. Man, I ought to download that money so fast. Woo! I'd be like, ooh, I got this money. Merlin says, FYI, it's been 2 weeks that I got deactivated. Lyft been doing just Uber Premier most of the time with some comfort trips when the money is good. Mostly just Uber Premier, screw Lyft. Oh, man, Lyft is on everybody's case right now. I know I'm on a chopping block. I already know I'm on a chopping block. Because for one thing, I'm a very smart driver on Lyft. Lyft knows I don't do any Lyft rides. I do all Lux. I don't mess it. Because if I put it on all rides, they're going to charge somebody surge pricing for a Lux car. And they're going to sit up and give me a Lyft ride. I already know they're going to do that shit. So they're looking at my account like this dude, he's not taking, and I don't take a lot of rides. When I'm on a ride, I'll kick one out or I'll go to the last ride. Lyft does not like smart drivers because Lyft is already a sinking ship and they need more people to help them get water out of the boat. So they're looking for any stupid driver. Every time I open my app, I see Lyft specials for all these new drivers. Sign up with Lyft today. Why don't you just pay the drivers you got? Pay the drivers you got. And I bet you're going to do a whole lot better as an app because we going to all not drive Uber if you paying us. If you paying us well, oh shit, Lyft ride's going to be easy. People going to be like, damn, man, I never have to wait on a Lyft ride. Shit. I'm like, I open my damn app. As soon as I don't even look for a ride. I open the app and I see a Lyft car sitting in front of me because we all driving Lyft. Lyft is paying good now. We're not driving Uber. We're paying Lyft. But yet, when Lyft is like, well, we're going to keep taking money from y'all. We're going to keep taking tears from y'all. What is Lyft doing? They're shooting themselves in the foot, thinking if we just keep cheap-ass drivers on the platform, these cheap-ass drivers, they're going to get burnt out. They're going to get burnt out, and Lyft is not going to last that many years. Lyft is going to be one of those apps that used to be around. Remember when we had Lyft, man? Remember we used to take Lyft, man? Yeah, exactly. Motherfuckers ain't here no more, is it? Why? Because they kept all them low, like high AR, low profit people on there, and at some point, those people just completely said, we can't survive off of this. I can't survive off of 50 cents a mile. I can't survive off of $1 a mile and still pay for these rental cars that we're renting from you guys and a few. At some point, they're just going to shut down. It's going to be it. Teach yourself said hot dog and mouthwash. Come get your free hot dog and mouthwash. Shit. You're a diamond driver. You deserve it. Get your travel size hot dog and your travel size mouthwash. Motherfucker, hot dog this little. Damn, other shit's this little. Like everything's little as a motherfucker. It was like, damn, man, how the hell you gonna sit up there and get a little travel size hot dog and you get a travel size mouthwash? Both of them motherfuckers like an inch tall. It's like a bite-sized hot dog. You're like, that was actually a hot dog, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? That's Uber shit. The motherfuckers get that shit to diamond drivers. Man. Yeah, William said that shit, man. This is mozzarella sticks and donuts, the official food of black lesbians. That's funny shit. That's funny shit. It's exactly, Jeff. They have to be paid better. They won't be giving bonus to new drivers. And that's what it is, man. Imagine working at a W-2 at a company. And everybody's been working for this company for like 4 years. Every day in there doing the best they can do. Buying new suits and clothes and shit to work at this motherfucking company. Buying, coffee, doing whatever, this and that. And then they're bringing in new people. And they're saying, well, each person that we hire in, we're going to give you guys $1,000 after your first month of working here. We're giving you $1,000 after your first month of working. The people that's going to be working there are going to be like, well, what do we get? Well, actually, we're going to reduce your salary by about 25%. Because if we reduce your salary by 25%, we can afford to get these new people $1,000. These new people have no experience. You don't know what the fuck that. We're going to be teaching them everything. They're going to be making mistakes, hiccups, screwing stuff up, find out that they don't like it and quit. But yet, all of us that have been here, the experienced ones that know this market, know these people, know everything inside and out, we get paid 25% less just because we've been here long enough. Well, if you guys were new, we give you guys an extra $1,000 after your first month. We've been here for 4 or 5 years. We can't be new. I can't like reapply. It's like I've been here. So why don't you just give us the money and we know how to do it. We'll do it more efficiently and help you run the company better. But yet they don't do that. They don't do that. Because I guarantee if they told every driver that's on the platform right now, we're not doing any more surges. Surges are done. But what we're going to do every week, there's $1,000 bonus every single week, a $1,000 bonus. If you do 70 rides, you get $1,000 in addition to what you made. $1,000 in addition to what you made. I couldn't cherry pick that much. Because me cherry picking, I'm not going to clear 70 rides cherry picking. I'm going to have to take some shit rides to get the $1,000 bonus. So I'll probably cherry pick like halfway through the week. I'll start out, with a bang, just going. And then I'll start cherry picking when I know I can get that 1,000. So I'll end up getting my money. So I'll get probably about, $1,500 in my money. Then get the $1,000 bonus for getting the 70 rides from just like doing whatever I did earlier that week. So instead of them giving all these new people all these bonuses and all this money, just bring back the good challenges, bring back the good quests. Be like, dude, we're not even worried about streaks, because I don't want to do no streak, because the streak is bullshit. You're gonna give me 2 good rides and then a nature hike. I'm not worried about streaks. Don't do streaks no more. Just say, if you do 70 rides this week, we're gonna give you $1,000 at the end of the week. You get $1,000. In addition to all the money you got, you get $1,000. So that lets me know I got decisions to make. Do I cherry pick the shit out of this and not make 70 rides? Or do I just hurry up and get as close to 70 as I can? And then my last maybe 20 rides over the next 2 or 3 days, I can cherry pick to do really well. So I can have easier nights. My last 2 or 3 nights could be easy because I could cherry pick, work 4 days hard, then 3 easy days. It's like having 3 days off of work or whatever. It's like you only work in 4 days. Because if you got 20 rides left over your last 3 days, you only got 20 rides left. Each day, you only got to do like 7 rides. You do 7 cherry picks on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You just cherry pick Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You're done. It's like you drove Monday all the way through Thursday. You drove and did all of the shit rides they sent. But Thursday, Friday, you did 7 rides each. Or do it backwards. Work real hard Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get a lot of good money. And then cherry pick all week. Whatever it is, if they were giving you $1,000 bonus at the end of the week for 70 rides, guaranteed everybody would be doing 70 rides. They be getting rides done like nobody's business. But now if I clear 40 rides, it's amazing. Like, holy shit, I did 40 rides. Oh shit. Because I'm not doing that many rides now that this stuff. Yep, streaks are garbage, man. Kundwe said, you make a nature hike t-shirt, I'm buying. Let me get on that idea, man. Nature hikes. I got to come up with something funny to say, though. So I'm like, fuck them nature hikes. Nah, people see that shirt at the airport, be like, what does that mean? Like, man, fuck them nature hikes. Nah, I ain't going to make that. I had to make something that's easy so when I'm walking through public, kids don't get all offended and shit. You know how they be. He said the word shit. Well, William say, man, seen a high AR driver pick up a nature hike for $14. Damn. I can't do it. $14, man. And then you got to look at the gas there and back. So you're spending at least, $6, $7 in gas. So therefore you made $7 profit on that ride. That's gross profit. You made $7 gross profit. Your gross revenue is 14, but your gross profit is like $7, not counting all the other shit you got to deal with. It ain't worth it. It's just not worth it, man. Kundwe said, don't give him ideas, Jeff. I know, that's funny. That's funny. Keep it PG. I have kids. Yeah, I know it, man. That's my son. I don't give him none of my bad shirts. He can't wear those. No. He has to wear the easy shirts. I don't give him the bad shirts. He gets shirts like this. No, but for real though, man, like I said, this week, if we can get out there, man, and they were driving a Dodge Durango Hellcat. Nope. If we can get out there this weekend, what is it, Thursday now? If we can get out there this weekend, yeah. Yep, it's Thursday. And like I said, surge hunt, man. Don't drive for pennies on a dollar. Everybody just don't do that shit. Too many people out there are doing it right now. So we got to, I'm bringing this live down to a close and everything, but I just want to make sure, I give people something, to really think about this weekend. It's only Thursday. We got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sundays are like my dead days. So you got to really consider, man, if you guys are out there keeping the UberX off for a little bit, just keep it off for a little bit. Just like Kundwe said, he can time his every couple of minutes. They throw a surge up there every 2, then they'll pull it away for a while. So be okay with turning your Uber X off. Don't sit there and run it the whole time. Don't run it the whole time. Just kind of kick back, turn it off. Run Lyft or do something else for a minute. Go through a game on your phone or something like that. But just letting these things run. You're never going to get surge like that. They're never going to build up surge. They usually put surge in the area. Like every time I go grab a surge, there's nobody. That's like not even cars in the area. There's nobody there. So that lets you know there's no drivers there. When you see a lot of drivers in a certain area, you're not getting surge. Get that into your head. You want surge. That's what you want. A lot of these drivers, they're not at that level yet. They just want to ride. I just want to ride. I want to stay busy. I don't want to make no surge. I just want to stay busy. So they're out there making $7 for going 14 miles. And yet we sit on a $7.50 surge. We do a 3-mile trip and we're getting like $12 for it. We're getting $4 a mile and they're getting 50 cents a mile. Stanley Jinks, what's good, brother? What's good? And you're right. The algorithms rely on your anxiety. Like I said, they are pushing you to make a bad decision. They're going to make you desperate. They're going to push you to make a bad decision when you sitting there and you going. You like, you know what? I've been declining rides. I ain't getting no good rides. They're going to see how antsy they can get you to that point of elasticity to where you grab that just horrible ride, that one shit ride that just gets you way out in the middle of nowhere. And now you so upset, you basically take anything. They got you off your game. Just like in basketball, man, they get into your head and they get you off your game. You can't dribble right. You can't play defense. You done missed 4 shots. Absolutely the same thing. They're trying to knock you off your game. And once they get into your head and they got you stressed out, they got you frustrated, you're going to be making bad decisions. When you comfortable, when you relax, when you cool, you making good high profit decisions. They don't like that because they can tell. They can say, oh, man, this dude, he's making some good choices. This motherfucker got $24 for 4 miles. He turned around, got, $8 for 2 miles. After that, he did a $4 for a 1 mile. It was a half mile. I did that the other half mile. $30 for like 15 miles. Man, he's killing it, man. He's killing it. We need to knock him off his grind. That's when they start sending you $8 for 12 miles. Nope. $7 for 15 miles. Nope. They getting to you. They working on you. Because once they get you frustrated, they get you to that level of anxiety where you're thinking, I ain't gonna get no ride, man. I ain't gonna get no ride. I'm stuck out here. I ain't gonna get no ride. Just like when they gave me that $43. They gave me the $43. Got me all the way down to Maricopa, like 15 minutes south of my house. Got me down to Maricopa. Got to Maricopa with $43. Cool, I'll take the 43. As soon as I got there, $20 ride back. Nope. $22 ride back. Nope. $27 ride back. Nope. Might as well just use me down here. Just make money with me down here because you got me down here for 43. And now you want to give me 20 to get back. That's $60 round trip, basically a $60 round trip. And I'm like, it should be like $80 round trip. You're shorting me $20 on this deal. You shorted me $20. And they thought I was going to have anxiety and be like, oh, nope. I just turned my apps off and I ended my night. I was mentally beat. They did me on one little quick ride, getting some girl to, Quick Trip the job. I got her to work at Quick Trip, and that was the only ride I did down there. They had a casino down there. They had a hospital down there. They got a lot of areas they could have used me down there. But instead, they got me down there, and they said, now we want you to go back to the airport. We want you to take somebody all the way to the airport. And then on my way out, they said, hey, here's a scheduled ride right here, $33 back to the airport. I was like, oh, man, $33, cool. I'll pick this person up for $33. Get in front of the house, turn it on. It's a 26-minute wait. I thought the appointment was ready like right now. 26 minutes waiting to get them all up the highway to the airport, which would have been about another maybe 25 minutes because it's about 15 in my house, 10, about 25 minutes. So almost 1 hour of time, almost, with driving for $33. I canceled that shit and I said, no, I'm just going to go home. I'm going home. They can get somebody else taken to the airport. I'm not sitting here for no 26 minutes. 26, I got to sit here for 26. Drive you 25, and you only giving me $33. Nah, I'm cool on that shit. Nope. And sometimes you got to do that. You don't let them break you. They going to remember me. They're going to say, this is not the driver that'll do that. We tried him before. We tried to give him a $20 ride, a 22, a 27, and a 33. He rejected all of them. And he just went home on his own. They're going to say, okay, that dude, we can't break him. We can't break him. We've tried. We can't break them. No, because you pay me 43 to get down there. Give me the 43 to get back. Because I know what these people are paying. I know what they're paying, especially for that reservation. That reservation was $33 for 25 minutes of driving, which was close to over 20 miles of driving. $33. I make $24 on reservations that are like 4 miles. So how do I get $24 on reservations that are 4 miles? You're giving me $24 for 4 miles, but you're going to give me $33 for about 20 miles. That person paid a lot of money for that reservation, and you're not giving it to me. So I'm not taking this person. And that's how I operate, because I know the game. I know the game. They want to see if they can break. Oh, he ain't going to want to go back on his own gas. He ain't going to want to go back on his own gas. Shit, I went back on my own gas. Fuck them. It's like, nope. Oh, yeah, Darian, they love this routing when you get close to that quest, man. You get closer to the quest, you're getting throttled. You're getting one ride every hour and a half. Man. It's like running with altitudes. Wait, the Quincy says, I got a mathematical background. There are 6 algorithms that the Americans we've been driven by because of the internet. You buy shit you don't need because of a late night commercial. Yep. And that's why, this is how the apps work. Every app on your phone, especially Uber. Now I'm going to end up closing after this. Even Uber, they sell data. We give them the permission to fish through our data. That's where we go, what we look at on eBay, what we buy. It looks that these apps are looking for all that through and they get this data and they sell that data to other companies. When our Uber apps are running, they're collecting data the whole time. What websites you own, what words you're typing, what you're saying, they can hear it. And they take all of that data and they go, hey, we got a guy who has a Jeep Wrangler. We need to sell his data to this Jeep group over here. Hey, we got a whole database of people that got Jeep Wranglers that you can like sell Jeep Wrangler parts to. Jeff is one of them because he's always looking at Jeep parts on eBay. He's always talking about his Jeep. He's always doing this and doing that. They sell data. So once they sell your data, that's income to them. All of us using these apps, no matter what the apps are, our data is very powerful and it's very valuable. Especially if we're consumers, if we're like really spending money on shit on eBay or really talking about, they're gonna use all these databases to say, I have 200,000 people here that talk about Jeeps all the time. They always looking up Jeep parts all the time. I'll sell you all their information for X amount of dollars. They do rideshare drivers like that all the time. Where we eat, what gas stations we go to a lot, what restaurants we stop by, what malls we pass by. We're going to start getting malls. Hey, I'll sell you this guy. Send them a flyer to their house. I get emails in my Yahoo account all the time from shit that I know I've talked about. So somebody must have heard me on my phone or knew what I was searching on eBay. And it's one of these apps that I have on my phone. It's one of these apps on my phone that have collected my data. They know my email address. They know my name. They know what city I live in. They know what car I drive because I have it on the app. So they just sell it to somebody. Next thing you know, I'm getting fucking emails. So you go on my spam folders. I was like, I just hit delete on spam. Be like 2,000 messages in there all the time. And it's all people who my data has been sold to. Because I don't go and talk to all these people. These people don't know me. I don't talk to nobody but passengers. I talk to y'all on the internet. So all this data is worth a lot of money. And all they're looking for, like I said, we buy stuff late at night. They're looking for somebody to click something. Oh, man, I was looking for Jeep tires. Damn, let me click that. It's funny that I just got this thing from, Jeep Side Mountain, this and that. Let me click on this real quick. Oh, man, they got a sale on tires. And they say, dude, told you that data was going to come in handy. We got a dude to buy these tires. We emailed him a tire certificate. He bought these tires, man. Told you that data was going to come in handy. And that's why they sell us the shit they sell us. I get t-shirt shit all the time. Always getting t-shirt deals, t-shirt offers, all this stuff on t-shirt because I make t-shirts. I talk t-shirts. I got a whole website with t-shirts on it and all that shit goes to my email address. So my data is being collected and sold. And that's what these people make money on. So clearly the algorithm and everything out there, they're watching everybody. So I tell people, man, they're looking for crusty duzzies. Oh, man, I be getting donut art ads. I'm gonna screenshot some of the donut shit I be getting in my phone sometimes. Y'all gonna be laughing like they do. Dunkin' Donuts sent you shit, man. I ain't never been to Dunkin' Donuts, but somebody knows I talk about donuts all the time. I don't even go to Dunkin' Donuts. I get Dunkin' Donuts shit in my phone all the time. I ain't never been to Dunkin' Donuts, probably. Maybe to do a pickup. That's about it. But it's like, motherfucker, what? All right, Bighorn Kev, man, you be out there, brother. Be out there. It's all right later, Jeff, in the chat. Better decision for higher profits. Let's get it. Let's get it. Uh-oh, my live is messing up now. Uh-oh. It's probably about time. It's 3:30 anyway. 3:33. That's what it is. FYI, the Uber, Hertz, Tesla rentals talk with a few drivers now. Have your pay for a flat tire and turnaround. $500 per incident if you don't buy the $15.99 a day roadside. What? $500? Man, forget that. I'll put a skateboard up under that motherfucking car and push that shit. Be like, man, my tire's flat, so I put it on a skateboard and started pushing that motherfucker. Little ass Teslas anyways. Yeah. Yep, but there are algorithms. Human beings are way more capable and creative. Let's do this. Yeah. All right, y'all. Hey, I'm going to end this live, my man. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming in and chit-chatting with me. Thank you once again for all the super chats. Y'all know how we do. We're here for the week, not for the week. We have the type of podcast that, not a lot of people can stomach. We talk about a lot of stuff. We go through a lot of things. Man, not a lot of people drive like we do. Not a lot of people think like we do. And that's why I'm glad we're a small core group of people. Hopefully we all stay profitable. That's the main thing it's about. Keep these bills covered. Get a little buffer up under so we ain't as stressed. And you know what? Let's keep this channel going. Let's keep this channel going, man. Thank you, my man Wes. Appreciate that, man. I tell everybody, much love. Kundwe. Like I said, we here for the week, not for the week. Beauty said, I missed your live. No. Hey, it's going to record anyways. You're going to go back and play it and be laughing. All right, man. Much love. All right, Briggs. Hey, I'm going to see you guys later, man. I appreciate you guys coming through. Most definitely, man. We're going to have to do this again. Hopefully, I can get on a live this weekend. If it's not as crazy busy, I'll start up a live this weekend and try to do it, while you guys are at the drive and making that money. You know what I'm saying? You guys can tell me about your regions and stuff like that. But, hey, man, I'm signing off. Like I said, I'll be back for the week, not for the week. All right, y'all. Hey, much love and respect, man. Mic drop in the house.